Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. Texas Tech has seen the headlines. Some have picked this as the most likely upset of Week 8 because of this crowd, because of the environment, another sellout, and Arizona State is the reigning Big 12 champions against a so far dominant Red Raiders team at 6-0. We're glad you're with us with Mark Helfrich, Connor Onion, Jen Hale downstairs here in a moment. What a week in the Big 12. Holy War later tonight on Fox. We got the Big 12 favorite, reigning Big 12 champions, and the story, who is in, who is out at quarterback.
Yes, quarterbacks, and this sold-out crowd is jacked to welcome back their star. Sam Levitt is back, and they're very excited to welcome Will Hammond, his second career start, first Big 12 start. It'll be electric.
Yeah, he has filled in admirably a couple of times for the regular starter Baron Morton this season for Texas Tech.
He has, and he has a ton of confidence from his teammates in every phase of this team. He was the guy, the lone guy in spring ball and represented himself well. But this is not your dad's Texas Tech outfit. This is about a suffocating defense. It starts up front. They lead every category that means anything on defense in the Big 12. David Bailey, Romello Height, scary. 13 sacks and 14 TFLs between the two.
Yeah, that pass rush, it's not just those guys either. A school record 9 sacks last week, which means for Arizona State, what's the mobility going to be like for their quarterback, Sam Levitt?
Protect Sam. Protect Sam. We saw him in pregame. He's moving around fine, and he's going to need to, unfortunately. These guys have pressured everybody, but just his presence inflates every member of this team. Not having him at Utah last week, that just took the air out of everybody's sails. He's back, and he'll be fired up.
His team loves him. This crowd that sold out again loves him. 15-3 as the starter, including leading them to the Big 12 title and the playoff last year. Fox College Football is brought to you by Progressive. Time for today's game countdown, sponsored by Progressive. Red Raiders just took the field to booze. This is a charged up crowd in Tempe. Red Raiders, Sun Devils coming up. We told you, huge day in this conference. BYU later tonight against Utah. 3 teams still without a loss in the league, including Texas Tech. Well, Jen Hale is with us today, which means it's a big game.
Buongiorno.
Hello, Jen.
Buongiorno, guys. Prime opportunity for both starting quarterbacks to prove themselves under pressure today. For Will Hammond, his first start comes in hostile territory versus a sold-out crowd, but he's feeling confident, not nervous. He has played in every game for Texas Tech this season, whether in mop-up duty or because of injury. He was the hero last week on the road, and he feels ready to showcase his dual-threat abilities full-time. Sam Levitt in a walking boot last week. This week, though, he says he's feeling confident in his mobility, his escapability, something that Texas Tech defense will certainly test. And guys, just to up the ante, 30 NFL scouts here today on the sidelines taking it all in.
So pretty much everybody in the NFL is here to see these quarterbacks.
Yeah, everybody was in the elevator with us. By the way, the Kansas City Chief scout that's on hand, he is ripped. He is ripped.
Well, off we go in the Big 12 on what should be a great afternoon in Tempe with a touchback from Gomez. And we get to see Will Hammond right away. Mixed results in relief. Good running last week, but the one that has Texas Tech really confident in relief at Utah in the win in Salt Lake.
Yeah, very hostile environment. Went in and played great. And as we talked about earlier, he has total confidence of this team. Did really well against a very stout defense throughout spring ball when Baron Morton was down. So didn't fare well in his maiden voyage in the Liberty Bowl. Today's a different day, a new day, and a confident Will Hammond.
It's on his shoulders to keep Texas Tech undefeated with the 6-0 start and their top 10 ranking atop the Big 12. Sold-out crowd surrounding the redshirt freshman quarterback who keeps it on his first snap and can't get out to the edge. Chopped down by Keith Abney after a yard.
He's not just a cover guy. Keith Abney could do that. A lot of those pro scouts on hand for him. As we take a look at this lineup, the Red Raiders go fast. They'll give us time here in a second.
First throw for Hammond. He is on target and shy of the sticks. Caleb Douglas for the first time.
Will Hammond, definitely, definitely a guy that loves to get hit, setting up a third and manageable, healthy up front. Something you can't say about ASU. And then Reggie Virgil, who Will Hammond just gave us that look, and he said, this guy has wicked speed. Try and get a matchup deep early.
It's very Bostonian of him.
Yes.
For the Austin native. So 3rd down and short on this first drive for Texas Tech, and there's movement.
Both teams are going to try to negate a pass rush. Both of these teams have great pass rushes. See who this is on. From our referee, Luke Richmond.
False start. Offense, number 72. Penalty, 3rd down.
Sun Devil Stadium crowd will eat that up. Hard count, just a movement, illegal snap, basically that hesitation dribble by Sheridan Wilson, the center.
So this crowd worth 5 yards early. 3rd and 2 becomes 3rd and 7. Hammond off play action. He's protected and a little high on the throw, but the adjustment from Virgil, and he's well short of the first down. Needed the 35. He's up to the 31, and it's punt time.
Really nice job by the Sun Devil defense. Defensive coordinator Brian Ward rallying to the ball. They brought one backer, picked it up in protection nicely, rallied to the ball short of the line to gain a big 3 and out.
Kenny Dillingham said it this week as local radio head. This crowd needs to make a difference on every down. And 3rd and 2 versus 3rd and 7, the exact down and distances he named. And it shows up on the first drive. Well, that hit.
Ooh, that was live.
Yeah, that hit multiple Arizona State players, but out of bounds into safety. And Arizona State gets the ball first after their defense forces a 3 and out. So here's Sam Leavitt back after the injury kept him out at Utah last week, and you can feel it, just the energy in the building, the energy in this stadium when he's in there in the huddle.
He's that guy. He's that guy that makes every single person in the program better, lean forward. Head coach Kenny Dillingham jacked to have him back healthy, and as he told us yesterday, if he's playing, he's 100%. It's my best Kenny Dillingham impression right there.
It doesn't take much to get him excited, does it? And Sam Leavitt to throw on his first play, and he threads it into tight space for a first down. Shimon Mateer first on the board for Arizona State with a first down.
They've been waiting for another one to rise up, and it's been Jordan Tyson. Shimon Mateer can be that guy. Big, physical, does it in the run game, does it through the air. Love for them to get him going.
A 19-yard hit on the first play from scrimmage for Arizona State, and they stretch out to the edge. They like to get their top wide receiver, Jordan Tyson, involved in the run game. And he is the headliner of this offense for Arizona State.
Yeah, I got a new center in there. Makul Pule in. No Wade Helton. Ben Coleman out for the year. Raleek Brown is the man that got to get going, the SC transfer. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he is dynamic.
Brown having a breakout season and facing the #1 rush defense in the country today. And it's back to the air and back-to-back touches for Tyson to bring up 3rd down.
Bang, bang. So back-to-back there, had the jet sweep to negate the pass rush. Right there, the basically quick game / RPO. Nice job.
David Bailey, watch him on this down, watch him on every down getting after the passer.
Yeah, 31-9, both sides, man. This guy reminds me of, for Sun Devil fans, Terrell Suggs playing for the other team. Big, physical, fast, just does everything exceptionally well.
Bailey standing up, bottom of your screen. Leavitt gets it away quickly, but it's knocked down. The other pass rusher is Romello Height. He had presence. So did Holmes, who's filling in as a starter today for Skylar Gilhoward.
They only rush 4 almost every snap because they're really good. You see Height, 33, Holmes starting for the injured Skylar Gilhoward. Losing Skylar Gilhoward, should deflate your program. They just step up. They've got A.J. Holmes. They've got Jaden Cofield. Duda Banks did the work in there a lot.
So Texas Tech forces a punt, and Coy Aiken inside his own 10 calls a fair catch at the 8 on a 42-yard punt. Dueling punts to get us started in the desert. Big 12 champ last year, Big 12 favorite this year, dueling it out. Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. A gold out in Tempe. The crowd has already had influence on the start of this game. What else is key to this game? Let's get your Get More game plan presented by Geico.
Yeah, both head coaches told us, yeah, we got to stop the run, win the turnover battle. For Arizona State, we got to start fast, get this crowd into it, keep them in it, and for Tech, dominate up front defensively.
Well, they can do it at both lines of scrimmage. Texas Tech coming off a week where they ran for 1,000,000 yards, it felt like. And they put it on the ground with Jacoby Williams, who is healthy this week off of that sore ankle, and a burst into the second level with a chain mover.
And there's 1,000,001. Yeah, we talked to defensive coordinator Brian Ward. Hey, you had a rough outing, and then you flip on the tape of this guy, of Cameron Dickey as well, right there. Pull and kick out. Nice job by punt and get it started.
A 19-yard gain is followed up by a sack. Prince Dorba being a game wrecker again, just like the last time here in Tempe.
Yep, we talked about him earlier. 32 can get off, just like, again, 31 to 32 on either side, man. Watch just a track start, pass rush, and then resets his path. Levels up with Hammond and gets him to the ground. Well, Hammond's a big dude, 6'2", 215, and Dorba finishes.
He had 3 sacks. Dorba did the last time ASU was at home. His first helped set up this third down, as Hammond only gets a couple of yards.
QB run all the way there, designed QB run. We asked offensive coordinator Mac Leftwich, hey, how much kind of zone read-ish things, very similar to what Utah did against Arizona State and had great success last week. He said we would do that very little, just design QB run. Try to keep Will Hammond as healthy as possible. Hard count.
Crowd turned up again. Hammond swings it out. Williams, a terrific pass catcher, but not into open space this time. He's shut down by Jordan Crook, who's a Texas native and almost was a Red Raider. He makes the third down stop.
Jordan Crook, man, I hope he's not wearing that chain that he was wearing at our meeting yesterday, because that was heavy and it would hurt the opponent.
Yeah, it just said Crook all the way across his chest. You think those are real diamonds?
Little NIL payment. That must gotta be, right? Danny Dillingham not happy about the spot there, but great effort right there, finishing the tackle.
So back-to-back drives with punts for Texas Tech to start their day. And this is returnable. And there's space to the sideline. It's Sample tight-roping that boundary. So the Sun Devils force the punt. And then a good return to bring it back near midfield of 30 yards by Sample. And the Sun Devils, upset-minded today, go back in the March in a 0-0 game. More with Geico. With Mark Helfrich, Connor Onion, Jen Hale down in the sunshine here in the desert today. Kenny Dillingham said when you're facing a great team, and this Texas Tech team is great, they've proved it, you've got to change the odds with a team that Joey McGuire has assembled a bunch of talent with, and one of the best defenses in all of college football stops up that first play.
Yep, so that means stay tuned, right, for fourth down decisions, trick play decisions, could be in the special teams game. Right there, a huge advantage play on that return. And thus far, his defense has answered the bell.
Well, this Texas Tech defense allowing 12 points a game. They're top 10 in college football in scoring offense and scoring defense. Arizona State did move the ball, a couple of first downs first drive before that pressure got to Levin. And he is pressured here, and down he goes into a herd of Red Raiders. It's Bailey, the nation's leader in sacks, getting home for the first time.
Bailey and Rodriguez, just watch him work. He's standing up right there. They let him have some freedom. That's actually a new position for him to line up to the field, play that inside. Ben Roberts, 13, helps out and celebrates.
Mark, only a matter of time for David Bailey.
Yeah, he normally lines up just exclusively to that boundary, but he's moved around today.
Well, he's up to the field side here, and he's home again. Changing up the look. The result is the same for David Bailey. Back-to-back sacks.
You can only do this so many times. Here he is right here, one-on-one, right there after the chip from Mateer. That's one of those ones, again, you got to get a little bit more out of that if you're Mateer, and that's just a one-on-one pass rush that almost everybody in America is going to lose to that guy.
Well, and then a short punt. Texas Tech's got to get out of the way. That's a live ball, and it's back into the hands of Aiken. Oh, two nervy punts already in this game. One for Arizona State. Texas Tech avoids a turnover on their special teams with David Bailey. Sundays are calling his name soon. Some of the best running backs at Texas Tech. You're doing something right. Cameron Dickey joined that group with almost 300 yards on the ground last week and a couple of big pops, including on the first play of the game. And it's not just a one-dimensional offense, is it? Texas Tech known for their pass game. This team can really roll on the ground. It's in the air on the first play of this drive and through the hands of Virgil for second down. So with that run game, our Above and Beyond, sponsored by Jersey Mike's, be a sub above, is what Dickey did last week with 263 on the ground.
Yeah, and as you said, just did it from the first play from scrimmage, went house untouched. To see if he can recreate some of that magic today. D coordinator Brian Ward from Arizona State must stop the run.
Well, this is his first touch of the day, and Arizona State does stop the run, but you do see it. He carries a pile with him a couple yards ahead.
Yeah, that was stopped for nothing. And he got even almost 4 out of it, setting up a much more third and manageable situation for this young QB and his fired up crowd.
2 drives, 2 punts. This third drive for Texas Tech faces a 3rd and 7.
Brian Ward, D coordinator, has had history of being a big blitzer, now more of a 4-man rush. Here it is again.
And they brought 4, they covered underneath and stopped Texas Tech shy of the line to gain again as Douglas is brought down by Crook.
Back-to-back plays by Crook. Elliott on hand. Watch him just play great zone defense. A bunch of eyes on the quarterback. Trigger as it breaks out. And it's him and Abney. Keith Abney, the second, their best cover guy. Tonight, he's been physical.
An Arizona State defense that's in a bad mood after giving up 42 points on the road. Facing an offense with Texas Tech scoring almost 50 points a game. 3 drives, 3 punts, and the Sun Devils have it back in a 0-0 game. Defense is king. Early in this game in the desert, 0-0. Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years. Does that know you had a confident futures or the
Delicious.
grillage? Yes. The grillage. All the above.
Everything.
Well, 9 straight wins at home. This has become a true activation of the Valley, as Kenny Dillingham likes to say. Last home loss came all the way back in 2023, so going on almost 2 years. And the Arizona State defense has stopped Texas Tech 3 drives in a row. Texas Tech defense has gotten some pressure in the backfield, and they do again. Doesn't matter who you put up there on that line. A.J. Holmes in for the Skylar Gill Howard, who's injured. He has the TFL.
Trying to run this jet sweep action for a second time. And watch A.J. Holmes, 33, just triggering straight upfield. Had everything defended there. The quarterback run, basically what is a triple option. If he gives it, he keeps it. Had everything covered. Well defended.
A mismatch. Heavy advantage interior of the line today for Texas Tech with the injuries for Arizona State. So they try outside, and that works much better. After the inside run went nowhere, Raleek Brown stretches it to the edge. He's got an Arizona State first down.
Yeah, if you can't find him, look for the, what is that, hot pink or hot orange shoes. Raleek Brown, watch the bounce. 6 Curry just gets eaten up there, had no edge to the defense outside of Roberts. That's what he does best. Bounce, uses athleticism in space, and finish on Pollock.
I'm with you. That is challenging my perception of color. Those shoes.
It's difficult to, yeah.
Well, back to the hot-footed Raleek Brown. That's his game. Speed. They want him outside.
Yeah, he is special. A little bit undersized, right? Stockton originally, now a junior. Was it SC? Now wearing the same colors here in the Valley. Has been outstanding.
And no Kyson Brown for Arizona State. He's out for the foreseeable future, in the words of Kenny Dillingham. So it's mostly Raleek Brown until he's back. And back to Brown and incomplete. So 3rd down and 8 ahead, and Texas Tech can pin their ears back now.
Yeah, that's those plays you got to execute, right? Just got to throw and catch that. It might be a little sunny. You see Sam Levitt kind of checking the glare, but that's what Kenny Dillingham told us yesterday. Man, we just got to play catch, just the quick stuff. Could be the screen game. That's Sean Aguano, running back coach and legendary high school coach here in the Valley, talking to Raleek.
Brown is out.
Little voodoo.
And just 3 guys coming to the pass rush. They almost got there. Levitt takes a shot. He's got a man. He drops it in. Levitt avoided the pressure and delivered a dime to Jaron Hamilton. $49-yard hit on a 3rd down.
Big time shot here by Tillman. I think is kind of the spy that triggers. This is Sam Levitt in a nutshell. Just a 3-man rush. And as you said, 2 of them got there with pressure. He kept his eyes downfield. That is a big time play.
One of those intangible things they were missing when Sam Levitt didn't play last week. And a flag comes out. Yep.
Full start. Offense. Number 53. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That look from Kenny Dillingham was like, man, we can't do that against this defense.
Get out of our own way again. Yeah, so watch the 2-man rush. Height gets there, creates the pressure. Sam Levitt, great awareness, eyes downfield, courageous, just oblivious to taking the shot. And a big-time throw and catch completion. And then a little self-inflicted move, back yourself up.
And Brown right into the teeth of that interior for Texas Tech again. Jacob Rodriguez, who seems like he's on the ball every single time.
Yes, yeah. Jordan Tyson has been outstanding. He will be a 1st-round draft pick, barring some crazy thing. And you saw Jaron Hamilton make that play. They need another compliment, trying to get McLean going, Sabio going. But this guy, Zero, whew, again, special, 6'2", 200, elite.
He's up at the top side with Dante Balfour shadowing him. And that is knocked down. It's Jacob Rodriguez. Back-to-back plays that he pops again.
Jacob Rodriguez, we met with him last night when we met with David Bailey, and Will Hammond, and the big cowboy hat wearing Rodriguez was excited for this matchup for that. Just all the little things that he thought he had tells in their RPO game, and getting a blitz, getting hands up and batting that ball back. That's a Jake Rodriguez play to a T.
So it sets up a 3rd down. And Levitt away quickly. Raleek Brown shifting around. He's inside the 20, but well shy of the line to get. And Arizona State will bring the field goal unit on. The grass stains, that sums up that 3-play sequence for Rodriguez. He made all 3 of those plays.
Yeah, really nice job by Bryce Pollock there, turning the play back in. Raleek Brown made the initial, really Lee Hunter was the only guy in the area. Pollock turned it back to the cavalry.
The snap comes from Cade Davis. Canyon Floyd, the holder for Jesus Gomez, who will try to break the scoreless tie off of his left foot. And Arizona State is the first to score. That was the big play from Jaron Hamilton on the evasiveness of Sam Levitt. 3-0 Sun Devils. So Arizona State uses the big 49-yard play to Jaron Hamilton to get a field goal. Now, where do the Red Raiders stand on offense? 3 straight punts without their starting quarterback today.
This defense allows you to be really patient as we take a look at Baron Morton, who's now in street clothes. It's an interesting situation here. We saw him in pregame, look good. He warmed up, he's available as far as the injury report goes, but the willingness for offensive coordinator Mac Leftwich and Will Hammond and company to be patient, play through your defense, still a ton of confidence on that sideline.
Gomez just hit the 34-yard field goal, and his kick goes through the back. So with that scenario at play, Texas Tech has told us that the only way Baron Morton would go back into the locker room, get his pads, and play today is if Hammond went down, Mitch Griffiths, the backup, went down, and then Morton became...
Yeah, a Clark Kent moment, right? We're going Superman.
Right, but this is some pressure on Will Hammond right after 3 punts. College football playoff, Big 12 championship, those sort of things. Hang on the redshirt freshman in a big way today.
And the thing he did last week, he didn't throw it great, but he ran the ball well, executed the offense. When he had to make big-time throws, he did. And again, played through the defense, a lot of ball left.
He moved his tight end in motion, throws behind Douglas, who adjusts and can't get away from Ghost Rouser.
And that's what this Arizona State team is doing that they couldn't and didn't do last week, is rally to the ball, tackle the football in front of them. Last week, basically a triple option type of attack from Utah and a healthy Devin Dampier. You couldn't rally to the ball. You couldn't play these types of zone defenses that they've done a great job early.
What was that about the bug in the windshield?
Yeah, got to be the windshield or be the bug.
And more sure tackling as Hammond is stopped up by Arizona State's interior.
And this crowd feels Sam Levitt and his big-time playability. Kenny Dillingham in that sideline, and certainly this defense who is playing lights out.
3 straight punts for Texas Tech. Late in this first quarter, a 3rd and 5. Hammond floats, sideline, and incomplete. He wanted Douglas. He wasn't open. Keith Abney had the coverage, and it's punt time again for the Red Raiders.
One of the many Texans on this Arizona State defense playing with that little extra juice. Right there, Keith Abney, just great coverage, great patience, was in ideal position, didn't have to do a thing, and watch it sail out of bounds.
Baron Morton, he has the IFB in, locked in on the play call. And that is blocked. It flutters upfield. So Arizona State gets home with Roman Petrie and eliminates some of the yardage on the punt.
Yeah, Rowan Petrie kind of looking like a little Eric Gentry there with that extension. Watch him get up. Big mitt on Burgess. Split the double team. Again, just great effort. Kenny Dillingham will award that effort. That's one of those men's men. He was just running his gap, and the Texas Tech protection just didn't finish. Roman Petrie took advantage.
So 32 yards on the punt for Burgess, who usually is over 40 yards per punt for Texas Tech. And Sam Levitt takes a shot off of the quick change. A flag is out. The pass is incomplete. And there are 2 markers down at the 25. Brendan Jordan, the man in coverage, looking for another big play to Jaron Hamilton.
Yeah, just great protection off this action. And no question about it, a little cheating. He knew he was beat late.
Pass interference.
Right there, the grab, turn, restrict.
Penalty, first down.
Jaron Hamilton moved the chains.
Hamilton with 2 catches on the year. One was on the last drive for 49. The other catch was for 44. So when he gets targeted,
big time. Yep.
Texas Tech's defense knows it's coming down the field.
Yeah, they talked about Hamilton, talked about Malik McClain, another guy they're trying to get going.
Relief Brown motioning back in, fake to him. Levitt sings it over the middle. It pops up, bounces around, and ends up in the hands of Jordan Tyson. How in the world, between four guys, did he do that?
Thought it was going to be picked by the underneath coverage. Thought it was going to get picked off the ricochet. Watch Romello Height. It erupts in protection. Tip drill. Do-it-yourself tip drill. Jordan Tyson. Highlight reel. Let's play 2.
Big emphasis for you this week. You said you wanted to feel your team on the sideline. Are you doing that so far?
Yeah, I think we can feel us out there. You know, it's one quarter of football versus a really, really good football team. We got to finish a drive in the end zone. We got to keep stopping early downs and getting them into second and long like we're doing. So just got to keep playing hard football in 60 minutes.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys.
Yeah, really a dream start for that guy, and he's panting and huffing and puffing and groaning because he knows what that team is capable on the other side. But so far, so good as they're stopped on that early down.
David Bailey sets the edge, and this is the area of the field, or inching toward that area of the field he was getting at with Jim. Settled for a field goal last time down here.
Too many field goals for them thus far this season. Part of that is, you know, when you get down here, everybody knows, hey, again, Jordan Tyson is the capital G-U-Y that they've got going. He's up top right here. See if they can get him singled up at all. I anticipate them moving him around and attacking these safeties. Tonight, you can kind of get who you want against this Texas Tech defense. Here they come.
And a quick pop out, and it's incomplete. Ooh, that was a catch and turn. That could have been trouble.
Yep.
But good coverage from Amir Boyd, the Phoenix native.
They don't pressure very much, but right there they brought 5. See the action down here. Really good awareness and trigger by Jordan. I'm sorry, Boyd. Said Jordan. Boyd on the trigger, reading the 3-step, the quick game from Sam Levitt.
A meaningful day for Amir Boyd. Mountain Point High School is 15 miles from here. And he's in front of friends and family today. That's into tight coverage, and it is dropped on a potential pick. Cole Wisniewski had a jar free at the end.
On the tip drill reception to Tyson, probably got away with one thrown. It really threw a linebacker. And right here, great protection. They did a great job taking care of the pass rush. A little wayward in and short that time by Sam Levitt. Got to miss outside. Got to throw it to a safe spot for Tyson.
Well, Wisniewski is the roof of this top 10 defense.
Oh, Jesus.
And we'll see if that's the difference between 3 points or not, as Gomez is out from 47. Hit from 34 earlier, and Gomez strikes it through again. So 2 drives down there. Arizona State with field goals both times. Will step out for 30. Well, Texas Tech's defense allowing 12 points a game. Arizona State has got him for a couple of field goal drives. Still nothing doing for Will Hammond in this Texas Tech offense. Chance to change that coming back out.
Yeah, the defense, big stop. Obviously got to finish that little thing, the detail of catching the football. They did. Arizona State had a double team chip and finish by Max Ihanachor. You never do enough celebrating when they protect. Sam Levitt got to throw to that safe spot, give his guy a chance or nobody. Right there, Joey McGuire going catch football. And he's right down.
Simple as that, huh?
Simple.
This is a spot Texas Tech has not been in this year. 6-0 trail. They are undefeated and, for the most part, unchallenged. The biggest margin of victory in college football on their 6-0 start. Trailing 6-zip to start this game on the road. Returnable kick, and it creases up the middle into that second level of the kick coverage team. Goes Jacoby Williams. So this dominant start for Texas Tech. First 6-0 record since 2013 when they started 7-0. And they've beaten each of their opponents by 24+ points, including all 3 of their Big 12 games. And before the Jesus
part, yeah.
Gomez 2 field goals, they had not trailed at any point.
It's incredible, incredible. And you said it right before that, the 2 field goals. This is the first quarter that they've trailed any part of the game. See how they handle it right there, man. Props to Maurice Williams, another Texan who saved a touchdown on that kickoff return.
So Will Hammond back out there and handing off on first down to Williams. And here comes the rally again. Boogie Wilson up from safety with the first down stop.
Flat-footed at the third level. Boogie Wilson just playing like a roving linebacker and triggering and run-throughing the ball carrier and limiting the game. Big-time play.
We asked Joey McGuire what he would say to his team if they trailed for the first time. And he said, our message this week is mission focus. If we trail, buckle up.
Buckle up.
That's what I'm going to tell my team. And into a tight window, Coy Aiken, their toughest guy, moving the defense ahead for a first down.
That's a confident throw right there. That's a confidence-building throw, and a guy that plays with confidence. Good timing, good location from Hammond.
So it moves, then Dickey spins off a hit and makes something out of nothing on a 3-yard first down carry.
Talk about, if you're a Sun Devil fan, Matt, that play right there looked totally different from last week. Multiple bodies in the box. See the talented tight end, Terrence Carter Jr. limping off there. Not a good sign, but just outnumbering the bodies in the box. Again, challenging Will Hammond to beat them with his arm.
And Carter's a guy that helps him with those numbers.
Yes.
So without their very talented pass catcher, it's Hammond into space, spinning off the first hit, and he gets dump trucked. Boogie Wilson again, bringing up third down for Arizona State's defense.
Washington State transfer, Boogie Wilson. Watch Hammond bounce it outside, and 6 is going to come to picture right to left. Run through. And wheels it down. Blazing Lono Wong on hand to finish it. A little high flying, big time play.
High flying cartwheeling on the hit for Hammond, who faces another third down. Haven't converted yet today. On a 3rd and 7. Avoids pressure, keeps the play alive, and delivers the first third down conversion of the day. Reggie Virgil on the receiving end.
Reggie Virgil, the guy we talked about earlier with wicked speed. He would have run for a touchdown. 2 Sun Devil defenders fell to the ground.
And this play stops.
Kenny Dillingham's almost taking it, feels like a momentum timeout, a little basketball timeout right here from ASU.
Charge timeout. Arizona State. First and a half.
We're good. We're good.
Remember the early third down run for Will Hammond last week? Got his confidence. Maybe that third down conversion will be it today. Time for our Aflac trivia question. Get help with the expenses, health insurance that doesn't get covered with Aflac. All right, what is the highest ranking in the AP final poll for Arizona State?
It's got to be, is it the 1975 team?
Well, we can't spoil it, but you might be right. I don't know. We'll see. We'll check back later on our Aflac trivia question. First third down conversion of the day for Will Hammond sets up this first down, and he spins away and lunges down to the 36.
Smart job there by Will Hammond. Don't put the ball at risk. That was his personal check down, kind of reversed it back into traffic, got down, protected himself. 2nd and 6.
Keeps it on the ground with a patient run from Dickey, but there's nothing there. And they are filling the run much better than they did last week with Crook in the middle.
Really nice job that time. Jordan Crook fits the counter play, pulling the guard, backside tight end, and Crook just runs through the would-be kick out. I think that time was John Carlos Miller in for Terrence Carter Jr.
So it's another third down.
Showing pressure.
With a bunch of Sun Devils stacked up on the line of scrimmage. They're nosing who's coming. They'll bring in almost all of them. And Hammond gets it out quickly, and it's knocked away. Batted down by Boogie Wilson, who is having an excellent day in coverage for the Sun Devils. 4th down.
It's one of those ones, you know what they're going to be in. You get the zero check from both sides. Will Hammond's has got to keep it moving, throw it to that outside armpit, and a great play. That Texas Tech sideline was certainly calling for a flag, but that's a big-time stop right there, setting up 4th down.
Offense not going anywhere. It's 4th and 6 for Hammond in this offense. Haven't gone a lot this year. 3 of 5. And a big one in this second quarter.
4-man.
Hammond through the hands and incomplete. Aiken had it behind him, took a shot, and off they come on the Sun Devils sideline with Keyshawn Elliott delivering the boom. Well, there are 10 undefeateds left in college football. 1 went down yesterday. Texas Tech will have to rally from this slow start if they want to remain untouched. Fox College Football is sponsored by Google. No matter what question comes next, just ask Google. And by Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Please drink responsibly. Bags or cornhole, where do you stand? It's a good hit.
It's cornhole. It's cornhole. They're not as good here as they are in the Midwest either.
Well, we call this professional football. Tomorrow, Fox NFL doubleheader starts with Saquon and the Eagles taking on the Vikings or other regional action. Then in America's Game of the Week, Jaden Daniels and the Commanders battle Dak and the Cowboys, or Packers Cardinals. Check local listings for the game in your area, only on Fox. You might see Jen Hale there. You will see Jen Hale there for Packers Cardinals.
Double dipping this weekend.
Well, 4th down stand for Arizona State's defense that has had an impressive response from getting beat badly last week, 42-10. And they haven't allowed anything against this high-flying Texas Tech offense yet.
Texas Tech outnumbered right there, just like ASU did, and just as you said, this is a pride check type of game, a must-win to stay in the Big 12 conference title hunt. After the loss on the road without your starting quarterback, this has to be the big-time response, and so far so good if you're an ASU fan.
Perfect balance for Marcus Arroyo calling the offense for Arizona State. Here's the 11th pass of the day, and it's on target. And it'll be a 3rd down and short after Harpole gets near the sticks.
Got nothing on that 1st down run. Again, the quick game to this tight end group. Harpole is something that they love to go to. Mateer has done a nice job of that as well. Sets him up, just as you said, 3rd and manageable.
You don't have Kyson Brown. You might see in this situation is a little bit heavier of a back. They do have Kanye Udo, but he's on the sideline as a bigger back to Brown.
Lots of folks in the box.
And they sweep it out to the edge, and the speed of Texas Tech shows up. Wisniewski shuts it down.
It's a big-time safety play in this game. We saw Boogie Wilson right here, starting the jet sweep, all those bodies in the box. You got to make this play one-on-one in space. That is a big-time stop by Wisniewski.
He has played in big games his whole career. National champion at North Dakota State. And in his first year as a starting safety for Texas Tech, sneak stop, and this is blown dead.
Timeout, Texas Tech. Joey McGuire smelled that. Smelled that his front was not ready for that quick tempo QB sneak. Great awareness that time by Sam Levitt as well.
30-second timeout.
Okay, so Arizona State, they showed sneak. Do you stick with it? First, you keep the offense out there, and second, if you do, it's the same look.
This is definitely one of those changing of the odds moments that Kenny Dillingham talked about. Any chart, any analytics, they'll all say 100% go right here. This is just, he told us yesterday, I'm a gut guy. I go by my gut. If I want to reset the odds for my team, I'll go for it. Whether it's in this situation, 4th down, touchdown over field goal. So right here, we'll see what his gut says.
Some of that was by necessity last year. He became kind of college football's version of Dan Campbell with the Lions. And he has maintained that this year with some more injuries on special teams.
And unbalanced again here. All the eligibles are up top. Nobody eligible to the bottom.
11 back behind center. Off play action on 4th down. He takes a shot, and nobody there. So Texas Tech gets their stop. Kenny Dillingham looking for a flag. So the Sun Devil fans, but the Red Raiders have a stop.
Right as he was encountered, you see Zero Tyson up top. It's just one-on-one. Bryce Pollock, your best against their best. Just a little grab of that belt.
What do you think?
Throwing the arms up. You know, is it enough for a restrict to get that call in that situation? It has to be holding rather than pass interference since the ball wasn't in the air. And I certainly get what Kenny Dillingham is saying.
Was it enough?
Probably not where that ball was located. But if you're wearing pitchforks, absolutely.
So Levin and Tyson can't connect. Flag stayed in pockets. Texas Tech gets the ball back in plus territory. And it's Dickey. And the run game, for the most part, has been closed off. For what it's worth, Mike Pereira agrees with you. Not enough to throw the flag.
He's a brilliant man. Said it before. I'll say it again.
You guys are usually on the same path there.
We are.
With those.
We are.
Some call that synergy.
Yes, they're in 4-down mode here for sure. This phase of the field, trying to get Will Hammond back some confidence and now take advantage of a potential momentum swing here after that 4th down no call.
For an injury to a defensive player.
You got a Sun Devil down before 3rd and 4. Geico. Oh, beautiful part of the country to not only come watch college football, but spend a weekend. And Elijah O'Neal was the injured Sun Devil, got caught underneath the carry. A couple of linemen over the top of him. He's back up on his feet. And on the sideline before this 3rd down and 4. It's a run. It's Dickey, and he is stopped. Arizona State first to the party with Miles Rouser. And Geica also in there. 4th down.
Yep, we're going 4th down setup run. The motion out of the backfield by Will Hammond. Direct snap to Dickey, trying to get him going with a little different flavor. See what ASU has to answer. They have nickel personnel as per usual.
Dickey, the bigger the two backs, stays in there with Hammond. They just stalled on a 4th down last drive. Keeping the kicking unit on the sideline on a 4th and 1. And it is Dickey, and he plunges ahead with a Texas Tech 1st down.
Just a little eye candy motion and a derivative of what Devin Dampier and company had success with last week. You'll see the motion go over the top and just opening up that bubble for Dickey to finish in a big time 4th down conversion.
Needed 1, got 6. What was that? Nothing. You good?
I'm good.
All right. And Texas Tech back in plus territory after their last drive turned over on downs. Looking for their first points of the day.
Nice protection.
Hammond given all day. He double clutched. Wants Aiken in the end zone. Touchdown. Contested catch, Coy Aiken. A 30-yard beauty from Hammond for the first points.
Just a dime here from Will Hammond, away from the safety, coming down and over the top. You see Boogie Wilson. He's did so many great things in the run game. Can't get there to help in the pass game. Tate Romney was the coverage underneath it.
Previous plays on the further review.
We're going to talk about the finish. Does he survive the ground? We'll see. The field judge is blocking us. Great protection up front. That was made possible. Perfect protection up front. 4-man rush. Couldn't get there.
So replay taking a look. For now, a 30-yard touchdown, Hammond to Aiken for the first points of the day for Texas Tech.
Boogie Wilson says no. He's not impartial. Man, great effort over the top by him. So he's got to survive the ground. Definitely that right foot and left foot both in bounds. So knee right there. Now survive the ground with control. Elbow under it. Bicep under it.
I don't see anything to take it off the board.
Yeah, I can't see anything from that angle that would do that. Let's see if Mike Pereira's in the mix here and see what he has to say.
Well, almost a given that he's going to agree with you at this point.
Yeah, it looked like his forearm is underneath that. The crowd is reacting to the shot, but then they just saw another angle in the stadium and it went quiet. So it was kind of like, oh.
All right, Mike, are you with Coach again?
At the further review, the field's upheld. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, this was really a tough one to see. And unfortunately, Gabriel De Leon, who is that, the field judge? the best shot we have. But move over, Gabriel, because it looked like the ball might be coming loose. But it is one of those, I think, with all those shots that it just wasn't that clear and obvious. I kind of feel like it was more incomplete than complete, but again, not clear and obvious, and I agree with staying with the call.
Mike Gabriel's going to end up on one of your weekly videos, isn't he?
He was in position, just doing his job.
Well, call is upheld. Thanks, Mike. And Texas Tech with his PAT a chance to take the lead for the first time. And Stone Harrington slices it through. Another reliable Coy Aiken. Cowboy Coy, as they call him. One of their toughest dudes makes a really tough catch. Puts the Red Raiders ahead. We're out for 30. A 7-6 Texas Tech, freshly minted lead for the first time today. Will Hammond to Coy Aiken from 30 yards out. And Texas Tech, after trailing for the first time all season, right back with a 4th down conversion and a touchdown. Our scoring summary sponsored by Modelo. Now recruiting full-time fans. Please drink responsibly. So 4th down, stop Arizona State. 4th down, stop Texas Tech. 4th down, get
Yep.
Texas Tech, and a touchdown.
Yep, the controversial no call there on Jordan Tyson. The gambling from Kenny Dillingham. He'll certainly do that again if he was in that situation. Maybe it's a different call, maybe execute it slightly differently. But that was a big-time drive. Will Hammond converting their own 4th down and then a dime to Coy Aiken.
Kenny Dillingham still upset about the flag that wasn't on the 4th and 2.
Understandably so.
And that stop turned into Texas Tech's first touchdown of the day. To the outside, Raleek Brown dancing. And it got away from a couple and out across the 30 on a 1st down carry.
That's a big man he's running away from right there. Lee Hunter, all of 330. Auburn, UCF now at Tech. Just a dominant force inside. You have to pick your poison here if you're an offense. All right, we got a double team Bailey. Oh, okay, we got a double team height. What about Hunter? What about Holmes? Gil Howard had been outstanding before being injured.
Levitt out of his hands quickly. 1st down. Tyson is past the sticks.
Amir Boyd in space there on Tyson. At any time you get that guy on the ground in space, there's the motion to create the free release. Speed cut, good timing with Sam Levitt. And can't tell you how important that tackle is from Amir Boyd.
Well, Boyd had the pass breakup early that could have gone for a touchdown. Tyson on him for an 8-yard hit and a 1st down. Levitt escaping, showing some mobility back from that foot injury, but not getting very far away from Lee Hunter. There he is again, Mark.
Yeah.
Jen, you got more on Jordan Tyson?
Absolutely, guys. You know, he's so cool, calm, and collected out there. And part of the reason is the experience and the people in his circle. His brother Jaden plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers, certainly knows how to be a pro, how to approach the game. And Donovan Mitchell is a big mentor to him. So when you have professional athletes that have been there, done that in your corner, in your ear, it certainly helps you in your growth as you are in this collegiate experience trying to prep for the next level.
Then he's got Spider-Man in his corner. He's got Heinz Ward in his corner. And back out to the edge. And close to a 1st down again for Tyson. He is marked a couple yards short, and he stays down. Grabbing his midsection.
For an injury.
Oh, and writhing in pain as he hops back up.
Yeah, hopefully that's one of those things that's funny later and not a groin issue. Let's say, yeah, Hines Ward, Kenny Dillingham, and company have done a great job. Jordan Tyson, the guy, again, that 0 jersey. Just think of it as 0 issues. The guy has 0 issues, leader, does everything right, and now he's learning how to work hard. It's a bad situation.
It's a handful.
Temporarily.
Yeah, that's a handful. Well, 3rd and 2 without Tyson, who is a very popular 3rd down target. Honestly, a very popular every down target, but especially on this down, he's not out there for Arizona State.
Unbalanced again. All the eligibles to the bottom of the screen.
Well, they've got Jeff Sims in at quarterback, and their running backup quarterback is ahead for a 1st down. So a little different look. The starter from last week making an impact in this game.
Doing a nice job by offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo sneaking him in. Your guy Jordan Tyson is out. Everybody's worried about that. Sneak Jeff Sims in there doing what he does best.
Sims starting the Utah game, but getting a healthy Levitt back. The one and only snap so far today for Jeff Sims. With the regular quarterback back in, Levitt unleashes a rainbow. He's got his man. Flag is down. Jaron Hamilton with the catch. And we'll see.
Talking about alignment, they were unbalanced here. So somebody had to be on the ball, somebody had to be off the ball.
There is no foul on the play. It's 1st down.
So that's what they were discussing. One receiver was on the ball, one receiver was off the ball with the inside tight end. That time, Mateer, and then Sam Levitt just heaving it right as A.J. Holmes Jr. bears down. And then look up and see and make sure, is my guy Jaron Hamilton going to go up and get it? Brendan Jordan can't get in chase mode enough. That's just a big time throw and catch.
40-yard plays only for Jaron Hamilton. 45 on that play. That's 1st and goal, Arizona State. Chance to take the lead right back. Patient Ron Brown, stuttering those feet. Can he get a push? He will not. He stopped at the 2.
Total sellout to stop the run here. They know Sam Levitt, they don't want him to run the ball a bunch, doesn't want to pull the ball a bunch. So everyone collapses down. There's room to roam there if they ever want to pull it.
Looked pretty mobile.
He's looked great.
At about 90%, Sam Levitt, and this play is stopped with flags all over the place behind the defense.
Snap infraction. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Poulet in there, and hey man, good luck. You're the 3rd string center going against probably one of the best defensive fronts in America. And right here, just a little, that hesitation dribble. That's an illegal snap. False start.
That's their 3rd string center. Well, there's a little twitchiness going on up front. Lee Hunter was pointing out the left guard who he thought moved. And Levin on the hard count, nothing doing. And they'll let it wind to the 2-minute timeout.
To the 2-minute timeout, yep.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Well, a little defensive grinder in Tempe today. 7-6, Will Hammond and Texas Tech with a late 1st half lead. Sun Devils threatening when you come back. Here's the Pacific Life Games summary. Sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years. Will Hammond back on beam after a slow start. Sam Levitt back and healthy today.
Doing Sam Levitt things. He's exciting, man. Puts the ball in places you don't think it could be. Probably got away with a couple would-be interceptions, and right now in business after a tremendous throw to Jaron Hamilton.
Another 40-plus yard catch for Hamilton. Set up this goal to go.
Empty.
Take to Brown. Feet set, lob back, and incomplete.
Yeah, good throwaway. Really good awareness by Sam Levitt as Romello Height was in his kitchen and didn't want to take a shot.
Coverage from Pollock. He was all over Tyson.
Yeah, that was well defended. Had both tight ends trying to get involved right there. Both in protection and then his sliders in the naked game.
So Texas Tech looking for a goal line stop on a 3rd and goal. It's to the sideline for Brown. Here come the Red Raiders to rally. John Curry out on the edge and a timeout for Texas Tech with 1:46 to go.
Yeah, watch 6 here. Play it with him.
Texas Tech.
If you're playing safety in this game and you're wearing 6, you're playing elite football. Watch him run downhill, gain ground, gain ground, gain ground. Turn it back into his help. Ben Roberts, 13. And shockingly, Jacob Rodriguez was there. Lucky that ball didn't come out. Big time space play.
Yep.
From John Curry.
Well, that's what Texas Tech has been so impressed with Curry moving to the outside this year. He is an inside linebacker by trade, and he's running like that in space at 230 pounds.
Yeah, 235, hometown kid. Lubbock Coronado.
Well, they needed to find a way to get him on the field, so they decided, you know what?
Yeah.
Go learn to play Sam linebacker.
Yeah, between Rodriguez, Roberts, Ramirez, that's it's tough to crack that lineup.
So chip shot attempt for Gomez, who's 2 for 2 from 30+ and 40+ today. This one from inside 30 at 26. And for an Arizona State lead, Gomez is perfect on the day. Well, it was a flag that was picked up that got Arizona State down there on that play to Hamilton. And they cash it in for 3. Mike, what'd you see on that play that led to them picking up the flag?
Yeah, it's interesting because you heard referee Luke Richmond say there's no foul on the play. Well, there is a foul on the play. You'll see the line judge at the bottom of the screen throw the flag. The flanker is offside. And the interesting part about that is really you got to call that it's a dead ball foul because an offensive player in the neutral zone at the snap, you're supposed to shut that down. So there was a foul. And if properly officiated, they would have shut the play down.
Yeah, great catch by you. I was thinking of I thought one of them thought they weren't aligned properly. They were aligned legally as far as unbalanced rules, but like you said, encroachment, lining of offsides, got away with one.
A lot of nuanced things in this first half that have gotten us to 9-7.
It feels like a 9-7 game.
4th down stops. A couple of flags that have brought Mike in for us, and good kickoff coverage from Arizona State. Running it down again. Tate Romney on kick coverage. And let's answer our Aflac trivia question. How about it? Get help with expenses. Health insurance doesn't cover with Aflac. Highest ranking in the final AP poll for Arizona State. Ding, ding, ding. Mark Elfrich nails it.
Fiesta Bowl.
Yep. Beat Nebraska in the Fiesta Bowl, and there was some controversy on polls back in the day. Very easily could have been national champions. Arizona State doesn't recognize it, so still going after that first championship at the national level in college football.
The dawn of the Fiesta Bowl, right, is why that all that came about.
Part of Hall of Fame weekend here in Tempe. That's why they're wearing the throwbacks. As Hammond goes up the gut. 1 timeout and a minute and a half to go until the break.
That was great awareness right there by Hammond. They were starting a little twist game up front. He saw it, aborted mission, got north.
On a 2nd and 5. Out to the flat and close to the first down. They'll mark him short. Reggie Virgil was driven out of bounds by Robinson.
Reggie Virgil did a great job of trying to get out of bounds. Javen Robinson was on hand there to escort him out, but able to stop the clock.
So Hammond calls his own number, and he has a first down. So that stops the clock to get the ball set inside 2 minutes. A big drive for Texas Tech. Arizona State
an injury to a defensive player.
As an injured player, and also get the ball out of halftime. Sun Devils do.
Yeah, ASU won the toss, deferred, and that worked out right. They got a 3-and-out. Got off to that fast start Kenny Dillingham was trying to get, and now they'll get the rock in the second half. Ideally for them, stopping Texas Tech here would get that double up.
Well, Prince Dorba is the injured Sun Devil. Very talented pass rusher. Well, coming up on the State Farm Halftime Show, Mike Hill, Bruce Feldman, and Chris Peterson. Let's check in with Mike on what's coming up.
Coming up on the State Farm Halftime, a top 10 battle going on in Athens between Ole Miss and Georgia. Vanderbilt is for real. And how will number 3 Indiana follow up last week's huge win? Connor and Mark. Woo! We'll catch you at the half. Let's go.
We always called him Mike OBJ Hill.
Athletes are athletes.
Well, he's talented in the air and on the ground. Mike Hill.
No doubt about that.
Well, Prince Dorba is still down, surrounded by the Arizona State training staff and his teammates. Clayton Smith, his man in tandem on the edge, is down there with him. And we're thinking about Prince Dorba as we step out. And Prince Dorba back up on his feet for Arizona State.
Yeah, it's good to see he got up under his own power, and that guy is an elite pass rusher. ASU needs him to win this game.
He had a sack in the first quarter. And they were looking at his upper body.
Texas native, University of Texas transfer as well. Familiar with a ton of these Tech players.
Will Hammond dumps it down into the flat, and that's a loss. It's saving some clock, but a loss of yardage for Dickey.
Yeah, just got to have awareness there if you're Dickey. If you get to the bottom of the numbers, that's where you're taught to basically show your numbers in that situation to the quarterback. And what that does is slowing him down. Plenty of time to catch him. Would have been able to get a chunk game.
Quick one to Aiken, who is inbounds and shy of the first down. One timeout for Texas Tech, and the clock winds inside a minute.
If Joe McGuire's going to let this ride, hold that last timeout as long as possible.
Texas Tech with some urgency, with Arizona State getting the ball after halftime. On a third down, Hammond has it knocked away. And Dickey would have been short of the first down even if he had caught it. But now a 4th and 5, clock paused at 42 seconds.
Great trigger as Will Hammond is affected. That big left mitt and just affects that ball enough. Elijah O'Neal back in there and healthy and making a big time impact, especially with Prince Dorba being down.
A couple plays after Dorba goes out, they get the third down stop with some edge pressure. And Burgess away cleanly. And a good punt. And a good tackle. Ooh, baby. A good special teams coverage both ways. Bryce Ramirez has the big pop this time. And Arizona State 33 seconds before the half after the 52-yard punt. Tomorrow on FS1, the fight for the American League pennant continues as Cal Raleigh and the Mariners head back to Toronto to take on Vlad Jr. and the Blue Jays. Game 6 of the ALCS, with coverage beginning tomorrow at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, only on FS1. How about Eugenio Suarez and Cal Raleigh last night? Well, Bryce Ramirez, maybe he can pitch for...
Is that Shohei right there?
Yeah, maybe he can go for John Schneider or... Dan Wilson in game 6.
That's the stash crew just doing stash crew things right there.
The 3 stashmen, as they call them in the linebacker room. Now 33 seconds for Levitt and Arizona State to do something before the half, and he is off the mark on first down to Raleek Brown.
That was my bad. The immediate look Sam Levitt gave to Raleek Brown. They had a nicely well-designed play at a lead blocker out in front, and that's man, that was a chunk play that I just took off the second. Yeah, let's go.
Raleek Brown literally shaking it off. He was shaking his head back to the huddle. He had visions of a big hitter Instead, incomplete. Second down. And it's on the ground with Brown, and he is wrangled down after a short game. So not hitting on that first down play. Looks like Arizona State content getting the ball out of halftime, just take it into the locker room.
Yeah, Texas Tech with one timeout here. Wise decision, go in with the momentum. Get the field goal to make it a 9-7 lead. You're getting the rock first. There's a lot of things they didn't do great, but Kenny Dillingham will be jacked at this result thus far.
Yeah, how about the defense that they've played, holding Texas Tech to their fewest first half points since November of 2023. Almost 2 years since Texas Tech had just 7 up on the board. 9-7 Arizona State. Big 12 champs against the Big 12 favorite. Let's go back to Mike Hill for the State Farm halftime.
Man, Tech trailing for the first time this season. First time they've been outgained in any half this season, down 9-7 as we welcome you to the State Farm halftime show. Chris Peterson, Bruce Feldman, Mike Hill hanging out with you. We got the #1 offense in the nation, second best scoring offense in the nation, being held in check. I know they're without their starting quarterback. Arizona State got theirs back, and that's the difference in the ball game so far as we take a look at the State Farm halftime highlights. Coach.
I love it when we're right. The one thing we knew, Kenny Dillingham would have his team ready to play at home, and they have. Texas Tech has had 7 drives. They went 4 punts. They had a 4th down stop. Then Will Hammond had that beautiful throw and catch to Coy Aiken, and then another punt after that. ASU's defense is playing lights out. Texas Tech has had 2 explosive plays, 1 explosive run over 10 yards and 1 explosive pass over 15 yards. And so this is, a slugfest back and forth, but I will tell you this, Texas Tech better come out of the locker room and get something going, because all you're doing is giving momentum and belief to Arizona State. And if this game goes into the 4th quarter, that's advantage Arizona State. I know that Texas Tech is a second half team, but that's not going to bode well in the desert.
Yeah, I think what's been impressive is Tech had really got the run game cranked up. Cameron Dickey the last couple of weeks been really impressive. They haven't gotten hardly anything going. We know Will Hammond can run. He's a dynamic athlete. I got to admit, I think we felt really good about him after how he played in a really tough spot at Utah. That was a tight game, 10-3, and he made some big plays. I think you do see the difference in experience. Baron Morton has played a lot. He's thrown over 1,000 passes in college. Will Hammond's thrown about 100. And I think now we're going to find out a lot more about him, but also about what they can do on offense if the run game can get cranked up.
See if they can do anything coming from behind for the first time this season. Of course, Arizona State tough at Tempe. They're trying to win their 10th in a row at home. Hey, seems like every year Lane Kiffin has Ole Miss on the cusp of breaking out, but eventually the Rebels just kind of break down. Off to a 6-0 start this year and could really break through if they can do something they haven't done in 29 years, and that's win in Athens. You see Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin going to go. Number 5 against number 9 and Trinidad Chambliss. He's just taking over that starting quarterback role.
Yes, he was a terrific quarterback at Division II Ferris State. He's won the job. Austin Simmons was the guy, and then this guy just keeps making plays.
Yeah, Simmons had that injury, and Chambliss is filled in nicely. Meanwhile, Gunnar Stockton, not a lot of defense in this game. Back and forth, the 2 offenses go. Bulldogs up 17-14, but back comes Chambliss. DeJon Shriveling right there.
That is pretty. I love throwing hitches as a quarterback and just watching the wide receiver take it 70 after that.
Second play from scrimmage coming out of the half, and Ole Miss on top 28-20 on the road. Check out number 1 Ohio State against Wisconsin. Is Ohio State the only team that seems like it's consistently good every single week?
Well, them in Indiana, I think. Put Indiana up, but like defensively, they're really good, and honestly, the receivers are elite here. That's what Julian Sand's throwing.
Look, that's one with Cardinal Tate. Julian Sand has been incredible too. Now, he's doing a great job as starting quarterback. Tate right there in the end zone again. All Ohio State 20-0 on the road in the 3rd. Michigan State, speaking of Indiana, Kurt Cignetti just got paid. You can Google him and find out how much he did get paid. 8-year extension, and Kaleon Black right there up the middle, 29 yards. Cignetti making that money. Not making that money make him 28-10 right now at home against Michigan State. Hey, Vanderbilt LSU was the first of 5 ranked matchups on today's schedule, and the Commodores look very comfortable as the favorites. And, someone at this desk feels like Georgia Tech is the team to beat in the ACC. Yellow Jackets looking to go 7-0 for the first time since 1966, trying to win at Duke. Highlights coming up.
Welcome back to the State Farm Fox College Football Halftime Show. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Arizona State at home leading Texas Tech 9-7, second half coming up momentarily. Hey, in a land of parity around college football these days, Vanderbilt out to prove their why not us attitude in the SEC. They've more than held their own the last 2 seasons, and today looking to start 6-1 for the first time in 75 years, and they're a favorite for the first time in 47 in SEC play, taking on number 10 LSU. Garrett Nussmeier's team down 11. Under pressure finds Xavier Thomas, and Thomas making things happen.
This is a great play by Nussmeier, who really played his best game, and you obviously Thomas goes through some bad tackling, but Vanderbilt just had every answer for LSU.
Yeah, Coach, Vanderbilt is for real.
They are very much for real. Clark Lee has done an unbelievable job building this program.
First time beating LSU since 1990, top 10 wins over opponents, second straight year. Meanwhile, Oklahoma trying to bounce back after that loss against Texas, doing it on the ground at South Carolina. Torrey Blaylock in the end zone, and then John Mateer struggled last week with that thumb injury.
That's a good-looking throw in the hole right there. But I'll tell you what, you can show John Mateer all you want. This Oklahoma team is about defense.
Defense held them to 7 points, South Carolina, in the 26-7 win. Georgia Tech, did you say Georgia Tech's team to beat in the ACC?
I'm just saying I think there's a new sheriff in town. His name's Brent Key.
All right. That defense coming through right there. Duke had several opportunities inside Georgia Tech territory, couldn't come away with things, and Omar Daniels taking it 95 yards the other way. And Tech 7-0 on the season for the first time since 1966. Hey, more college football coming your way tonight under the lights. Number 23 Utah, 15th ranked BYU, writing the next chapter in their heated rivalry. It's the Holy War. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. With a preview, here's Rob Stone, the Big Noon Kickoff crew, who had quite a time in Provo today.
Earlier today on Big Noon Kickoff, Cosmo finished the show with the splash. Mark Ingram went in for that's a teammate. Mark Ingram and Cosmo. It's our own little pool party here in Provo. As we welcome you back, Mark and I still doing some drip drying right now as we get set for the ranked showdown, the Holy War, the first time Utah and BYU meet as ranked teams since 2009. Coach, what's important later tonight?
Yeah, the nastiest rivalry in sport, also in the most beautiful setting in college football. I'm just fired up, Brady, that the country gets to see this rivalry and the intensity.
Yeah, there's no X's and O's for me. 19 of the last 24 matchups have been decided by 7 points or less. Who's going to win the fourth quarter? Who wants it more?
It comes down to who controls the line of scrimmage. Which defense can stop the opposing rush attack and put it on the other quarterback to be able to throw the football downfield. Both teams have struggled a little bit this season doing it.
Massive implications in the Big 12 race. We talk about it being wide open. BYU wins. We got to start looking at them as a serious contender to face Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship. Utah wins. They might have a chance to avenge their loss from Texas Tech early in the season. So huge implications in the Big 12 race.
Mark Ingram, watch your back, my friend.
It's all love.
Watch it. I am dripping on the set right now. We cannot wait for Utah and BYU a little bit later tonight here on Fox.
Rob Stone gonna feel that tomorrow. Oh my, I feel it for him. Hey, Michigan fell out of the top 25 this week, but bounced back in Ann Arbor earlier today, and it was their defense making a statement against Washington. Coach, you ever been this mad on the sideline?
I think many times. I'm not sure if I ran up and down the sideline like that, but yeah, I can empathize.
Dillingham red hot with the scene with the lead at the half.
Farmers Day.
Coach, can we come to your house and watch Game 6 with you?
We can have a party at my house.
Yeah, he'll be watching his Mariners in Game 6, taking on the Blue Jays. 1 win away, Seattle is, in their first World Series appearance ever after Eugenio Suarez's go-ahead grand slam in the 8th inning. He had 2 home runs last night. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern on FS1. Hey, a lot of people saying Indiana might be the best team in the nation, y'all. Can you believe it?
A lot of people might say that might be the best quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, in the nation, and he is playing like it every week.
He's the odds-on favorite of the Heisman front runner right now. They're up 28-10. Ole Miss and Georgia updating you. Nobody's punted in this game. Neither team. Gunnar Stockton right back to Lawson Lucky. 28-26 after the missed 2-point conversion. It's a wild one down there in Athens. Speaking of wild, look at how wild that weather is. Is that hell? They're raising hell in Arkansas.
That's So that one's going to bring Bobby Petrino back to
Oh.
in charge.
Stormy days right there. Marcel Reed, the Ashton Bethel, Roman, and them up 7-3. SMU Clemson. Kevin Jennings into this game. Jordan Hudson.
Pretty slow.
Clemson, while they starting quarterback. Doesn't matter. 23-14, SMU on top of K Club. They got in that game. Washington, Michigan saw this one early on Fox. Lamont Williams had a rough game.
Ooh, not liking that one there. Making it too easy on Michigan's offense to start the drive there.
Yeah, he had 3 picks in this game. He only had 1 coming in. And Jordan Marshall, big game for him.
Yeah, they were without Justice Haynes, and this freshman stepped up and showed, hey, we don't need him today.
And Bryce Underwood was accurate, very accurate.
And love that play design right there.
Man, good quarterback play, running game, defense, the key in the 24-7 win. Will Hammond's got to step up in the second half. He finds Quay Eakin right here for the 30-yard touchdown that only scored the game. Second half coming up.
I figured this game might come down to the end today. 9-7 in the first half. Thought maybe there'd be a little bit more offense. Sam Leavitt and Arizona State with 3 field goals. Will Hammond getting the start for Baron Morton at quarterback today for Texas Tech. As we welcome you back in. Jen Hale downstairs, Mark Helfrich, Connor Onion. So that the talk all week was those quarterbacks, who would play, who wouldn't, and then the defense shined in the first half.
Defense decided to show up and have a little prideful reappearance, and the ASU defense was outstanding, but having the man back, Sam Leavitt, has meant everything except touchdowns. That's the only thing they get on the board. Some chunk plays to Hamilton, put him in business not once, but twice. This is an unbelievable throw. Under pressure, had to settle for 3 kicks. But the thing that they've done, they committed to being more physical last week during practice, is stopping this Texas Tech run. They have been outstanding, both run and pass, outstanding offensively. 7 points on the board. What do you do? You boogie.
Great secondary of nicknames for Arizona State. It was more like a Frank Kush practice for Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State this week, tackling more, knowing that they're going to see.
Those are illegal nowadays.
Well, yeah, but you can do it every once in a while, knowing they were going to face the good backs of Williams and Dickey today. Booming kick through the back of the end zone gets us started in this second half. So Sam Leavitt layering his passes. We've seen him hit a couple of deep shots today. Behind the line of scrimmage, not much doing, but he's lived short and deep so far.
Yeah, had probably a throwaway, a screen for a loss, and another basically throw right at the line of scrimmage. That's why it was -2, trying to, again, negate this talented pass rush with the quick game, with the screen game. See what each team decided to have to commit to.
A 3-team tie at the top of the Big 12. Texas Tech, Cincinnati, BYU. And that's tipped. Eusebio makes the catch anyway. And the rally comes to get him for no gain. David Bailey with the tip.
Yeah, Bailey with the tip. And again, that just felt more urgent. Bailey with the tip, Brendan Jordan with the trigger tackle getting downhill. 2nd and 10.
Bailey a couple of first half sacks. They came on back-to-back plays. And basically the entire plan for Arizona State today on offense surrounded the front 4 for Texas Tech. And Leavitt out of his hands quickly and through the hands of Mateer, his tight end. Instead of 3rd and short, 3rd and 10.
Yep, his security blanket. Great rhythm, great location that time by Sam Leavitt. And Shimon Mateer just got to squeeze it here. And as you said, man, 3rd and 2 is a lot more fun as a play caller, a quarterback. Just no eyes to the tuck that time by Mateer.
Arizona State was 2 of 8 on 3rd down in the first half. And those pass rushers coming. Leavitt steps up. He's eyeing the sticks, and he steps through to get there. Foot's feeling all right. He wiggles his way for a chain mover.
Great awareness. The match coverage underneath takes all of the defenders with him. And as you said, there's proof in the pudding. A little hurdle over Curry through Rodriguez to earn every inch of that first down.
Well, there was an injured Sun Devil back behind the play, Malik McLean. Their second wide receiver. It's down after the 14-yard gain for Levitt.
He is a giant, 6'5", and still tremendously gifted speed-wise. Penn State transfer. Double dipping. Florida State, Daphne, Alabama has turned out a guy or two.
The shoe was off for McLean as he went to the sideline. So without their 6'5" target, ahead of 1st and 10. Out of the belly of Brown, and his receiver looked to be blocking. Hartpool was downfield blocking, but Taylor was the closest receiver. Incomplete.
That time again, just the awareness. David Bailey, the athleticism, gives Levitt a read there, a zone read action to pull it and then throw off of it. And he says, okay, I'll defend everything. I'll defend the running back, defend the throw, tip it, whatever you need.
11 David Bailey sounds like a real long day. He's standing up on the bottom side near the bunch. And Levitt into the flat for Brown, who's ushered out of bounds. Well, they just converted on a 3rd down and long. They face another one on the second half's opening drive.
Yeah, not where you want to live, obviously, if you're playing against this defense. You can't get enough production. And right there, 3rd and 8 again. Watch these pass rushers. It'll be a pass rush game. You've got 9 Romello Height up top right there. David Bailey is here. This remodeled ASU offensive line has scrapped today.
Well, they run a game. They picked up Height at the end of that game, and the throw is incomplete. Pollock with the tight coverage on Tyson to make it 4th down.
Yeah, Pollock is their guy. Big corner, 6 foot. Again, best on best. One-on-one outside. Face up, not enough contact, not enough restriction. So Tyson's got to plant and come back and get it to draw a flag if you're going to get it, but he's in good position.
As you mentioned, best on best. That's a pride matchup today for Pollock against maybe the #1 wide receiver in the NFL draft off the board next spring. A low punt, and it takes an Arizona State bounce, and some yardage is saved by Aiken just ahead of the 10-yard line. So the low liner backs up Texas Tech, who get the ball for the first time in the second half after this, chasing 2. Fox College Football is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Home and auto coverage you can count on. A beautiful walk through Tempe. Great place to call a college football game with Mark Helfrich, Connor Runyon, Jen Hale on the sideline.
Connor, Kenny Dillingham is having a hard time talking. He screamed himself so hoarse. Yes, he's happy with the lead, but feels like on at least 2 occasions those field goals should have been touchdowns if it weren't for self-inflicted wounds. Meanwhile, for Texas Tech, watch for them to throw the ball further down the field, take some deep shots. That's the only way Joey McGuire thinks that they can get around this elite-level tackling from ASU today.
Well, Jen, that's exactly what it's been, stopping the ground game. It's been flawless, especially compared to how Arizona State tackled last week.
And they really haven't taken advantage of Will Hammond's ability to do the zone read action a la Utah from last week. It's been that just box over outnumbered run.
Well, here's Hammond for the middle into a dangerous area. Put his receiver in a perilous spot there.
Boogie didn't think he was going to throw it, and if he did, he might be dancing in the end zone right here. His eyes track back, never saw the safety coming down on it. 6 Wilson and the big guy Terrence Carter Jr. It's good to see him back in there, but put him in a tough situation.
Well, they get him back, another Red Raider is down. Terrence Carter went over toward the sideline and then is back down again after he left the game earlier. Mid-second quarter, Carter never went to the tent. It took a few plays off. Back in here in the second half and back on the turf.
Just taking a look at Hammond again. You see where that safety's coming from, downhill. I guess he did see it, just didn't have the ability to get back up and make the play. And this is going to be one of those situations. Terrence Carter Jr. started to walk off, and when he went down, hopefully he'll be back up. He'll be back.
So Terrence Carter, Texas Tech tight end, popped up, went back down, and then the cart came out during the timeout, and he's headed back into the locker room for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, not a great sign there, man. That guy is a stud. Really, their best tight end by quite a little bit as far as the football side of it. And feel for the young man as well.
So it's John Carlos Miller in there as the tight end on this third down. Hammond looks his way, makes a twisting catch, ball pops out, and it's picked off! Martell Hughes off the ricochet! Steals one for the Sun Devils.
Hammond going through his progression. Just got to get this out right now. Ball should be gone, just hanging on it a little bit too long. And a great play by Hughes. Montana Warren. The pressure, the tip. John Carlos Miller just in for Terrence Carter Jr. And a big time answer, flip it for Martell Hughes.
A Marshall, Texas native against Texas Tech. Montana Warren with the ball jarring hit. This is Martell Hughes with the second pick of the year. And Miller did stay down after that play too, so it's getting thin in the tight end room for Texas Tech.
Yeah, they use those guys a ton. Definitely the talent of their offensive unit is the three talented receivers, along with these running backs who, to this game, they've been very, very productive, and ASU has answered the bell.
So the game's first turnover has Arizona State looking for their first touchdown after settling for 3 field goals in the first half. It's a play fake. Levitt steps in and out of the pocket. Now back around. He keeps on dancing and finds his man underneath Mateer, who has a first down. All that lateral movement finally got vertical. First down, Arizona State, with another injured player down. Man.
Yeah, a ton of guys down. Initially, just exceptional protection up front. Watch the action. This is Texas Tech in a single high safety defense, which they do not do very much. Off the counter action, Raleek Brown. They eat the route of the back end, and then Levitt just running for his life. Lee Hunter. Multiple players have a shot. Great job finding Mateer.
Well, that's the good news for Arizona State. The bad news is their stud wide receiver, Jordan Tyson, was grabbing the back of his leg in the end zone.
There's Tyson down at the bottom. Ran a little post corner, I believe. That's not good. Usually, gosh dang it. Soft tissue on air.
So 3 plays in a row, he's seen a pass catcher go down. We saw Terrence Carter for Texas Tech, then John Carlos Miller for Texas Tech. And now Jordan Tyson for Arizona State.
Right in front of the student section, who however he gets up, they will give him notice of his incredible contribution, and obviously hope that he's back soon.
The students were chanting, "Let's go Tyson," and as you mentioned, warm applause for him as he gets up and walking gingerly on that right leg.
First thing Kenny Dillingham talked to us about when we brought up Jordan Tyson was, I just can't describe how much this kid has matured, and as we talked about his background, so many good things already in his life, but the injection of Hines Ward, the embracing of lifting, embracing blocking, embracing being great without the ball, and he's put himself in position to, as you said earlier, he's basically a consensus first-round pick.
So through some gritted teeth, Tyson walking away from the training staff. Good news is he's putting his helmet back on.
Elite hair too, flip back.
No doubt about it. First and goal without Tyson on the field for Arizona State. It's a run for Brown and into the waiting arms of Jacob Rodriguez. He got just 1 yard.
The only thing you're correct about, he wasn't waiting. Guy's coming downhill, man.
The raging arms.
Oh man, they're just so fun to watch. So disciplined. Him and Ben Roberts playing together. Bryce Ramirez playing together. The back end fitting with them. It's almost unfair matching up now this newly minted defensive line with these linebackers. If they weren't beat out in the transfer portal, Ben Roberts and Jake Rodriguez just rose.
They've been the centerpiece of this Texas Tech defense that has forced field goals and 2 trips down to the red zone for the Sun Devils. Levitt with pressure, away from the first surge, but not the second. They meet at the quarterback again. Holmes and Heights with the second down takedown. A loss of 8.
So some max protection, some chip protection, and right here 5-out protection. And watch how it starts. It's 31 Bailey off the edge, one-on-one Ihanachor, tough, and then it just turns it right back to the fellas, as you said, AJ Holmes, Height, and company.
So backed up at the 16 on a 3rd and goal. For 11 and the Sun Devils trying to extend their lead at 9-7. And on the ground with Brown. He finds a crease and it closes before he can escape for the touchdown. Off Ihanachor on the edge. Brown almost busted it.
They're going to stay in offense mode here.
Well, they got 12 of the 16 they needed, and it's 4th and goal from the 4.
Be ready for some hard count. First of all, maybe get it half the distance. He's trying to tell the students, quiet, quiet, let's celebrate a touchdown together.
Remember what Kenny Dillingham said about playing a great team, going against the odds and needing to flip those odds. Rolling the dice again on a 4th and goal from the 4, up by 2. Levitt scans off his back foot. It's incomplete. Texas Tech holds for the moment, but there's a flag down at the quarterback as Levitt got hit. Well, some of Texas Tech's defense thinks they're off the field, but maybe not. David Bailey.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense. Number 31. At the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
It's Bailey called for roughing the passer, and it's 1st and goal, Arizona State.
They're trying to get Shimon Mateo on the double move here. You'll see that over here. 31 came through. They just must have finished there.
And Sam Levitt's out of the game. It's Jeff Sims at quarterback after the roughing the passer. Sims takes the snap out to the edge. He spins his way toward the goal line, but the ball comes out.
10.
Arizona State gets it back off of the punch from Rodriguez, and Tyson saves the day for the moment for the Sun Devils.
Watch this punch out. 10's coming in, inside out. Roberts got him bounced right there. Wow. Clinic tape every week. It's amazing. And a Sun Devil friendly bounce.
Well, Sims out of there after the fumble. Levitt back at quarterback. Turns into no gain, and they push ahead, but didn't get there. No gain. Terrell Tillman the stop. Hunter with some more to say about it to Levitt.
I'm gonna love it that the center and Levitt were on one program. It's like the old QB sneak on the goose, and it was just those two that went on the goose. It's tough sledding in there.
3rd down and goal. Levitt wide open. Tyson. Arizona State cashes in with Tyson back in there on a fake.
Here he is. Watch a little rub route action here. Completely legal. Well designed and executed that time by Malik McClain and Jordan Tyson, and a little limp there at the end.
I couldn't tell if that was my leg actually hurts or if that was the dead leg celebration. Gomez sticks it on the extra point, and the Sun Devils have their first touchdown of the day. Roughing the passer from David Bailey kept it alive. But it all started with the interception from Hughes on the big hit from Montana Warren. Sun Devils 16-7 over Tech. Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. Jordan Tyson went out with a hamstring injury and then celebrated by grabbing the hammy. 16-7 Sun Devils trying to pull the upset against the Big 12 favorite, undefeated Texas Tech. It was a Montana Warren big hit that led to the Martell Hughes interception. And then the near takeaway for Texas Tech in the goal line, and the punch out by Jacob Rodriguez was covered up by the Sun Devils. That led to the touchdown. Another thing that set up that touchdown was a 4th and goal roughing the passer call on David Bailey. What was your perspective on that, Mike Pereira?
Yeah, I really like the call by Luke. Here he's going to drive him into the ground. Watch, he's going to wrap him up and then take a couple of extra steps, then throw him into the ground and drive him into the ground. That's punishing. You see the center judge is down on that also. So good call for roughing the passer.
Yeah, two immediate flags, definitely the right call. And as you said, Connor, the Sun Devil friendly bounce, setting up the pitch and catch to Tyson. Now Texas Tech has to answer, and this is a chance.
Dickey has been a home run hitter the last couple of weeks, and he bangs out of bounds after a 1st down out to the 45 on a 20-yard carry.
It's their version of counter, just wadding everything up and bouncing it outside using his deep threat speed, as we've seen the last couple of weeks.
Hadn't been able to break free until that run, and Hammond lets it fly. That was tipped, and Boogie Wilson was in the area again. Douglas shut down by Abney.
Yeah, just a miss. This is a RPO to that void off that same action, off the counter action. Just a miss. Will Hammond is kind of raised up. Got to give Douglas a chance. He's a big old target, 6'4". Hard to overthrow that guy.
Hammond starting for Baron Morton, who is in street clothes. Out injured today. Hammond was hit to the sideline and incomplete. Pressure from Elijah O'Neal off the end. And he got to Hammond to bring up 3rd down.
Just a 5-man rush that time. And as you said, Elijah O'Neal is going to be the player. Just runs through John Carlos Miller.
That was end on tight end. And he planted
9 on 9.
All Morton can do is watch as Hammond tries to navigate this road crowd on a 3rd down. There's pressure again. He's sacked. Arizona State goes flying in there to bring up 4th down. Anthony Cooper, the man that gets home.
The middle of it. Watch, 56 on 96. He's engaged. He's working outside. He cannot lead that guy. They had the front set where the center was locked up on Watley and passes it to Air, and Air gets to the QB.
Fair catch. And after Anthony Cooper, like he was doing a jumping jack on the way in there. Either the pass breakup or the sack. He got the sack. Sun Devils have the ball back, looking for an upset in Tempe. Arizona State 16-7 over the undefeated #7 Red Raiders. Here's today's Good Hands moment, sponsored by Allstate, celebrating 20 years of the Allstate Good Hands Nets program. So Jordan Tyson, the twisting catch. Montana Warren had the knock out for the Hughes interception, and that turned into Tyson's touchdown.
Yeah, you look at Jaron Hamilton, all he does is 40-yard plus receptions. Coming into this game, just one today. 2 catches for 94 yards.
The flag is out before Arizona State can start their drive.
Full start. Offense, number 70, 5-yard play, first down.
A big window here in this afternoon for the undefeated teams in college football. Saw Miami lose last night. That shrunk the list of unbeatens to 10. Boise State is beating UNLV. Undefeated UNLV. Ole Miss is down against Georgia. Another unbeaten here. Texas Tech is down 16-7 with the Sun Devils on the ball mid-third quarter. After the penalty backed him up, Levitt to the air. And for the first time today, it's an underneath catch for Jaron Hamilton. The other 2 went for 40+.
Come on, Jaron, you just killed my stat there. Just really hurt his, at a 47-yard average. Little ball control action.
And a casual 7.
Yeah, casual 7.
Well, he's a guy that Shieldwood didn't have much in the game plan for, because Arizona State hasn't shown much outside of Tyson in the pass game.
Yeah, it's been all run game, and then Tyson, and then a little bit of Mateer, a little bit of the accessory guys.
And that goes into tight coverage and incomplete. That was knocked out of the hands of McClain.
An incomplete pass, third down.
Ben Roberts came off the edge there and just tried to muddy the picture there from Sam Levitt. I think there just missed the edge. You see Roberts 13 and then 7 Jordan reacting back inside, and that's just it's a drop. Pollock doing his best Jacob Rodriguez impression.
So Texas Tech a chance to get off the field on a 3rd down and 8. Levitt into the flat. One-on-one in the open field. The Sun Devils win, but the ball comes out. It's stripped. And Arizona State, following the play, got back on top of it.
Big Clem.
Jalen Clem from his tackle position followed it on the Mateer fumble on another punch out.
LaMelo Height that time with the starting the chainsaw, ripping it out. Just a total credit to this ASU offensive lineman right there. Jalen Clem following the play, multiple players. You see, there's that Bebo in there as well.
Bailey twisted around Levitt. He's running away from trouble. Calling for receiver help, and he has to run out of bounds. But right now, Arizona State living dangerously with their ball security. Almost lost one on the punch out of the goal line. Almost lost one on that 3rd down.
Yeah, some fortuitous tips, 2 drop picks. And right there, 50-some thousand people saying, throw it away, get out, get out, get out.
Just like that?
Yes, with other words involved.
Same cadence, same octave. 2nd down and 7 after he didn't get down. I don't know if I nailed that Helfrich impersonation, but
perfect.
On a 2nd and 7. Long throw out to his back, Brown, and Levitt showing the arm strength to wing it out there and move the chains.
Yeah, great arm strength. Nice play design that time. Get Amir Boyd out there in coverage. Malik Brown just bang, bang, making a miss in space. First down.
Arizona State likes to control clock. They've run 12 more plays than Texas Tech today. 209 to 88 through the air. Getting their starting quarterback back. And no Baron Morton on the other sideline for Texas Tech, their starting quarterback. Levitt protected. Mateers open. He makes a juggling catch down to the 30. Moving in a hurry, Arizona State with back-to-back chunks and another first down.
Hard sell play action pass set up by the run game that they have been able to get started. Mateer's going to start on this right side and just kind of get lost here to the boundary. Great design and execution from Sam Levitt.
23-yard pickup. And a fresh set of downs. Oh, a bunch of movement for Brown. He went in, then out, then back in. And Levitt throws the opposite way to Harpole. And give him 8 on that first down. Pass and catch from Levitt to Harpole.
These two tight ends, you see why they want more, because these guys are capable of it. Mateer does great things, run and pass. Harpole just really working into his role after transfer from San Diego State. And Levitt operating.
232 through the air for Levitt. And back to the air, and almost another highlight for Jordan Tyson. Wow. He's made those plays before, but not here, with the secondary crashing in on him.
The go-go gadget looked like the corner jumped outside. You see the corner's head outside at the bottom of the screen. That's a great funnel by him to the help. That does not account for the go-go gadget. Wisniewski just making him think about it. Levitt just going, man, 6 inches. Give this guy any kind of chance, and he's going to hoover it.
Go-go gadget in a minute. Good callback.
Very old.
3rd down and 2. And it's Brown moving ahead. They stop the forward progress at the 20, and that's the spot they need for the first down. Kenny Dillingham signaling first down, and now they do give it to him.
Yeah, early whistle here. You could see that the ASU Rugby Club was on hand there. Big old scrum wad that was moving to the end zone. Usually they'll let that play out, how that was set up. But the nose is across the line to gain.
Well, sustained drive here, Mark. 9 plays. 10th play coming up.
Yeah, dream drive here. Keep that talented offense off the field. Being multiple from Marcus Arroyo, offensive coordinator and company.
A bunch of guys stacked up in quads at the top, and they just run right through the teeth. 5-yard pickup for Brown. Get halfway to another first down.
So they're getting a lot of unbalanced, a lot of emptying right there. That's empty, unbalanced. Then bring Malik Brown back in the backfield and run it. A lot of thinking going on that defense. Great execution.
A defense that has not been tested in this way. Averaging just 12 points a game given up.
Same thing, 4 by none. Nobody down here is eligible.
It was a run up the middle last time. It's a throw into that unbalanced this time, and Texas Tech does adjust. As you said, a lot to look and think about, and they made a quick change with Roberts getting to the carrier.
Tackle by Roberts. Loss of 4 of the play.
Yeah, you feel the urgency right here of this Texas Tech group. This is a great time for a double move. ASU had that double move on earlier. That led to the roughing the passer. They got home, but roughed. That's the thing about this front, to get these double moves, the Mateer wheel routes. You got to have great protection and start from there.
Texas Tech has forced a couple field goals in the red zone today. Levitt and ASU scored down here last time. He's on the move, eyeing the change, wins the foot race as the ball's punched out. The spot he got to was enough for the first down. Jacob Rodriguez with another close call on a takeaway, but hit it out before Levitt could give it up.
Yeah, a little 10-on-10 in space. They won't get the fumble forward, but they will.
Back to the spot on the fumble, which results in a first down.
Yeah, so they will give him the first down properly wherever he initiates that fumble and loses possession. Out of bounds forward, they bring back to that point. It's enough for a first down, enough for first and goal.
First and goal, Sun Devils from the 10.
Man, if you're Texas Tech, that's 3 times now. Ball's almost going the other way. Earlier on this drive, late last drive, and then late on this drive again. It's Brown with a little burst ahead. And he's down to the 6 for a second and goal.
Great tempo that time by Malik Brown. Just a little hesitation dribble. There was enough of a gap for him to get physical and vertical for about 4.5. Again, he's just about a $190, 5'9".
Making Texas Tech respect the run today. It hasn't been a flashy day for Brown. 3.5 yards a carry. But he's been the bell cow with no Kyson Brown for the foreseeable future. Extended drive brings up a 3rd and goal. More penetration from Wisniewski coming up from safety to make the stop.
The stash crew right here runs free. Oh, Bebo just can't get off the double team. Wisniewski finish.
And that's it for the quarter. Arizona State doesn't have to snap it. Both teams have gone to the sideline. And in an afternoon window here in college football where undefeated teams are on the ropes, Arizona State is 15 minutes away from pulling off an upset against the undefeated Big 12 favorites, Texas Tech. 4th quarter on the other side.
Coach, 1 quarter left to salvage your undefeated record. How do you flip the script this quarter?
Yeah, we got to make him kick a field goal right here. I mean, it's 3rd and 9 right here. There's a huge play for us right now. And then there's a lot of game left in the 4th quarter. That's one of our plan to win, so we got to go win the 4th. But this is a critical play right here. We got to make him kick a field goal.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys.
That's just great stuff, Jen. And that's it. We were talking about that exact same thing during the timeout. He couldn't have said it better. Now we'll see how they decide to rush this. This is where they keep it in the hands of this great pass rush, 4-man rush, play coverage, and double team Tyson. He's down here at the bottom, 0.
He has Pollock head up on him on this critical 3rd down. It's a run for Brown, and Texas Tech is all over it. Jacob Rodriguez stuffs the run. It's 4th down following the orders of Coach McGuire.
Big stop. Massive, massive, massive. They've had a couple issues handling snaps. A couple of high snaps on the punts that the punter has dealt with. Always opens up that possibility in this big-time moment.
3 of 3 day for Jesus Gomez. This another shorty. Try to make it 12 for Arizona State. And his 4th try of the day is another one that he knocks through. So Texas Tech gets their 3rd down stop, forces the field goal, but Arizona State took half of the 3rd quarter off of the clock, ran a 16-play drive that nets 3 points and a 12-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely a dream scenario there by Kenny Dillingham. The absolute perfect dream would have been a touchdown finish. But to make this a 2-touchdown game, putting a ton of pressure back on that other sideline, and the freshman, the redshirt freshman, again making his first conference road start. Will Hammond, your ball.
It'll be his ball right after this. Weekdays on FS1. Sharp minds are talking everything that matters. Wake Up Barstool, The Herd, and First Things First. It's sports talk that never lets up. Weekdays on FS1. No brainer. Well, Will Hammond is a big part of the reason that Texas Tech is still undefeated. In relief at Utah on Big Noon kickoff a few weeks ago. And then last weekend in relief of Baron Morton in the 2nd quarter. And it's all on his shoulders in the final 4:14 to keep the 0 out of that loss column. Williams will give it a shot. He reverses field. He has lightning speed. He's out across the 40. The kicker, Gomez, wrangled him for a minute, and slowed him down, but not before he gets to plus territory. Jacoby Williams back and healthy with that ankle and making an impact on special teams.
He's with a home run hitter as a running back right here, looking right into that desert sun. Watching precedent just like a running back, 2 guys with, and right when he made that cut, you knew he would square up the kicker, make him miss. But as you said, Jesus Gomez, all credit right there to turn him back, slow him down, and let his fellow Devils rally.
Well, in a 12-point game, it's Hammond back on the field with big help from his running back, Jacoby Williams, to set him up. Dickey gets out of there. And Arizona State dropping linemen and throwing into the flat. It's caught by Virgil, who square dances his way to the spot where he caught that ball. And a flag comes out at the end of the play.
I'll correct that. That might be a shoe. A shoe or a flag? That was a flag.
Unless somebody threw their shoe, that's a flag.
Unless it's Raleek Brown's shoe. It could be any color.
The chameleon of shoes.
That's a flag.
Yeah, that is.
Mike Pereira has confirmed that's a flag.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 4, 15-yard penalty, first down.
The ghost. Miles Rouser, this guy who is flagged, you see him. Not there, maybe it is later. That's probably, that must have been the one that was flagged. Questionable.
Yeah, so that moves the ball up to the edge of the red zone for Texas Tech. They're looking for a quick answer back after the 16-play drive that netted a field goal. Hammond protected. He rifles it to the end zone, and it's knocked down. Tight coverage. Javen Robinson, stride for stride with Virgil.
Yeah, Javen Robinson, great coverage, great patience. And this is a little bit later. Yeah, there it is. Great catch by our guys. No doubt about that one. That first one should not have been. That absolutely should have been flagged.
Williams had the big return in the special teams game. He comes back next to Hammond. It's a quarterback run, and good feet from Hammond. He stepped his way out of a couple of tackles and makes this an easier third down try.
Jacob Rich Kagaika makes him miss in the hole. 298 pounds right there in the hole. Would have been down in one-hand touch, but it's not one-hand touch.
One-hand touch? Who plays one-hand touch? Always two-hand. And the crowd has been into it all day. Arizona State trying to get another third down stop, as Texas Tech used the big return in plus territory to march down into the red zone. On a 3rd and 5. Hammond again on the ground, and the quarterback showing his toughness, rumbling ahead. Needed 5, got 6. Drive carries on.
You know they're in 4-down territory. Got to get 2 touchdowns. Beautifully led through that time by Cameron Dickey, and the physical finish. Be careful with that ball, Will Hammond. Don't reach.
Well, remember, Terrence Carter went out of the game. One of his favorite red zone targets at tight end. John Carlos Miller in there in motion. And it is Miller who gets the ball and doesn't have far to go. Ghost Rouser there to make the hit.
Miles Rouser, really good awareness, recognition that time. Basically, version of an option route. There to the flat by John Carlos Miller. Good throw and catch execution, and a good finish by Rouser.
Hammond has done it on the ground a couple of times this trip to the field. And he's on the move again. A little inside shovel that is dropped. Incomplete pass.
It's incomplete.
And Cameron Dickey with the bobble and the drop.
So that's another way to negate this pass rush. Watch the little work here. It's another version of a zone read, option read, that time a power read, and Cameron Dickey does the no-look catch. Very difficult. Catch it with your eyes, tuck it, then go. Take care of the rock here for Texas Tech. 2 downs here. Everything's 4-down territory from here on out.
On a 3rd down, Hammond retreating, and he gets pummeled. Pass is incomplete. Boogie Wilson right up the gut to plant the quarterback.
This might be grounding. We're going to see if... Okay, they had a little discussion. See if there's anybody in the wad here. Bringing 0 blitz. Right up the gut. End up bringing 7. That ball's definitely moving forward. And then the thing that I thought they were going to check and confer on, the running back was in the area. Good no grounded call. Now it's 4th down. Now you reach the ball.
11:31 in the game. Offense for Texas Tech on the field on a 4th down.
Showing the same blitz. The 2 linebackers and the safety. Double barrel pipe. Joey McGuire is going to use a timeout and talk about it. That's one of Brian Ward's classics, D coordinator. We saw him bring that against Washington about 12 times years ago.
Texas Tech. This is their first timeout of the half. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Well, trying to make up a 2-score deficit for Texas Tech. That might be one you want in your pocket later.
It is, no doubt about that. They know Brian Ward well enough. A lot of relationships on this staff. He worked with the offensive line coach Clay McGuire, no relation to Joey McGuire, and they knew that is in his menu, and he brought it at the exact right time right there, almost causing a turnover right there, making a burn a very valuable timeout and setting up 4th and 6.
We'll see what he dials up again in the loudest part of the stadium, going into the students. A crowd that's hungry for an upset. On a 4th down and 6. Here we go.
Watch this guy back there hovering. They're showing the blitz again, and now they're checking to something else.
That's check for check. Arizona State signaling on their defensive front. Now they drop a couple guys out. They run an option. Dickey, nowhere to go on the edge. Dancing around, he escaped, and he's out of bounds and stopped. Clayton Smith, the first man there. And Arizona State gets it back to the delight of their crowd. Smith, a guy that reached out to Texas Tech because he wanted to play for them. Unproven as a transfer, they didn't take him. He's on the other side today and just came up with a 4th down stick to get it back to the Devils. Ball is sponsored by Pacific Life. Building confident futures for nearly 160 years. With Mark Helfrich, Connor Onion, Jen Hale down in the loud storm down there today. And it was as loud as it's been all day on this 4th down stop.
3 safety stack behind here. This is the blitz they brought the play before. And this is the, okay, let's show it. They know I've got this. Let's get to a speed option. Great against that. Not great against that. Hey, bluff, check out of it. Red 7. And the 4th down stop.
Running that option at arguably the most athletic guy on that defense. Bruce Feldman had him on his freaks list, Clayton Smith. And he set the edge. So back to operating for Sam Levitt, the Arizona State offense, with a 1st down hit to Tyson. And remember, Arizona State last time on the field drained half of the 3rd quarter.
7.5 minutes. And right here, they would book that all day long. They'll milk this play clock all the way down, and they'll use that ball control pass still, just like they did to Tyson to get this drive started.
12 more minutes of possession for Arizona State. Trying to hand Texas Tech their first loss of the year. And Levin, off the body of Brendan Jordan. It was thrown right to him. Off his face mask and incomplete.
Wow. Just watch the timing. You got a shallow route coming, and then this little trailer concept there by Harple. Harple doesn't see it. I think he loses it in the sun. and then it's going 700 miles an hour. It's Jordan in the lid.
So add it to the growing list of
the doink list.
That too. That wasn't the exact list I had in mind. The growing list of near takeaways for Texas Tech. So it's a third down, and Brown is along the edge and into space, shedding a tackle. First down and plenty more. So Arizona State, Brown is down, grabbing his leg after a 22-yard gain.
Officials timeout for an offensive injury.
Weird. Hopefully that's just a cramp. But just watching circle the defense here. Nice job up front again. This offensive line, this makeshift offensive line against arguably the best, certainly the best front to date in this conference, one of the best in the country.
Arizona State's lead back. Brown stays down. 12-point Sun Devils lead. Get more with Geico. Well, the Red Raiders have gone undefeated and have not had anybody come close to challenging them. 24 is their closest game in the 6-0 start, and this list continues to shrink. Texas Tech, Memphis, both on upset alert right now to add to that list of 3 undefeated teams that have already lost this weekend. How can they slow down Levitt in this offense? It's caught by Brown out of the backfield. And it'll be a second down for Arizona State and 5 to go.
Really good execution by Levitt and Robinson. And then Ben Roberts coming in hot. Great job hanging on to the rock. Man. How come you never call me Man? That's a great nickname.
I can't. I didn't know that was on your list of demands. There's the other man motioning into the backfield, and it's Levitt out of the back, and he's close. He dove ahead. He's right at the marker. Needed 5, got exactly that first down.
Yeah, nose right across that line to gain. Any question about this guy's toughness? Nope. Leg looks fabulous. Check. Now just take care of the rock and take care of your body if you're Sam Levitt. Got to keep that man happy and this fan base happy.
And 250 through the air for Levitt. He's also given them some action on the ground as well. And this underneath to Harpole and out across midfield. So inside 9 minutes, Arizona State marching for the second straight drive.
On a lot easier than the one that went hot behind him and hit Brendan Jordan right in the face. Going away from the sun now on that angle. So we got to account for here.
And keep going back to that. The close plays for Texas Tech that almost changed the feeling of this game. But Arizona State living on the edge with that ball security. Are draining more clock ahead of the 2nd and 3. Levitt keeps again. Levitt is dumped down. So the clock will wind inside 8 minutes. 3rd down for the Texas Tech defense.
Offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo just again in his ear there. Each time you snap it with 7 or 8 or 9, that all adds up at the end. Milk this all the way down. Great awareness right there to run to space. They are challenging him to pull the ball and be a runner. And he's answered the bell that way too.
A mental grind today, calling this game against the top 10 defense in college football. Play clock down inside. 5 seconds again as they snap it, and it's incomplete. Arizona State wants a flag. It doesn't come. So McLean is shut down by Amir Boyd, the kid from Phoenix.
So his lid comes off. The Mountain Point native can smile at his family. And let's watch the slant he's defending. Well, grabby. Those hips turn. Certainly could have been called. ASU probably got away with their left tackle jumping there as well. So a wash.
So Texas Tech gets off the field midway through the quarter, and that got a piece. And this is returnable. Texas Tech getting home on special teams. And they bring it back the other way with Kelby Valson, their backup receiver on special teams, with an alert play after it was tipped on the punt. Is that the moment that can get Texas Tech going? Scoreless in this second half. Sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years.
Started the scoring right here. Will Hammond to Coy Aiken. Great protection and a dime. Securing the catch, celebrating early. But then Sam Levitt says, I got this. I'm going to get my guy, Jordan Tyson, clean. We're going to force a fourth down stop and a double-double check out.
So after a blocked punt, Will Hammond gets rid of it and benches it. Mark, this Texas Tech offense has been on the field for less than 3 minutes since halftime.
Yeah, it's just the urgency that creates, again, you start doing things you shouldn't do, checking the things you shouldn't check, maybe forcing one or two, but right here, 7:15 left, 19-7. This is the entire game here is going to be 4-down territory for Tech. Take care of the rock. Pivotal.
And trying to come back with their backup quarterback Hammond, and he banged it in there, but incomplete. Coverage from Abney. Well, the NFL draft prospect has had a good day knocking balls away.
This second slant inside out, and just a straight up drop that done by Caleb Douglas. That's where you just wonder, hey, does he have 100% trust in this guy, or what's the relationship versus him and Baron Morton? That's the type of play that you wonder.
3rd and 10. Hammond underneath. It is a first down with Miller. More involved in the pass game after Terrence Carter went out, and Miller moves the chains.
Nice little screen design. Letting Giancarlos Miller just present himself after the chip. Great call.
Inside 7 minutes to go. Hammond out quickly, and it is caught. An adjustment made by Miller on back-to-back plays for a short game.
He said, I can step in for Terrence Carter Jr. There's some room down here in the middle of the field. Up those hole shots to the sideline.
Off a play fake. It is to the sideline. It's underneath. And Douglas makes up for the drop, coming back to get it.
They're just going to let them do this at this point all game long. Defensive credit Brian Ward, just, 5-yard gain, 7-yard gain, 8-yard gain. No gouges, no punctures.
That one went for 5. It's a 3rd down and 1. Pressure shown, and there's the flag. I say timeout or flag? It's a flag.
False start. Offense. Number 56. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Davion Carter, the right guard.
Yeah, the sideline just kept going. Hey, man, go. Let's go. Get up and get going. Right there, Carter flinches with Jordan Crook coming from depth.
So 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and 6. An already juiced up crowd adds a little extra after they influence the penalty. Hammond dancing. Hammond ahead for the first down. He's down to the 25 as the clock drips to 5.5 minutes.
Kind of the same thing, right? A version of the same thing. Tech just doing what they need to do to move the chains, get a first down. ASU happy to keep it all in front of them.
And it's been 5, 6, 7-yard pops as Texas Tech has moved it down off of a blocked punt. First down and 10 for Hammond. Well protected. Hammond delivers a dart. It's caught by Virgil. He worked back, and the spot is a yard short of the first down. So give him 9. And inside 5 minutes and winding for the Red Raiders, down 2 scores.
Deep little post curl action that time by Virgil, threatening the vertical with his speed. Hammond shutting him down perfectly.
He stays underneath. Aiken caught, first down inside the 10. Texas Tech scoreless since halftime. Their best chance to go down and make it a one-score game here.
They have thrown that fade flat to that boundary a bunch of times, and Arizona State is triggering big time. That's another time where you can have a double move off of that.
Aiken coming in motion. Hammond ties to the flat. They do to Dickey. Instead of the double move, they keep it simple. An inch toward the goal line on second and goal from the 3.
Yeah, Reggie Virgil. One running the shallow, picking Robinson. Getting that wheel route started.
Texas Tech has not run the ball nearly as well as they did last week as the field shrinks here on second and goal. They keep it in the air. Hammond to the outside. Robinson is all over Virgil, who's a yard short of the touchdown. Third and goal as they creep and creep and creep toward the end zone.
Yeah, a whip route, selling that slant up top.
2 plays to get 1 yard. Hammond is off the hit and pushed in. Stopped for a loss. He said no. Fights his way for a touchdown to make it a one-score game.
Dink, 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 and right here just Tebow mode. Flash fake to Dickey, the 215-pound running back, and then sheds Jordan Crook, who is probably their best tackler on defense. That's really well fit by Breedlove. Hammond just finishes.
We visited with Hammond yesterday. What did he tell us? I love to be hit. Put me in the mix. Even though our starting quarterback is out, I'm still going to run the ball, run it tough. And some belief was just restored to that huddled up group of Red Raiders because of that guy, Will Hammond.
Great drive for them. 3:45 now. Flips it over to ASU, challenge them. Still have 2 timeouts, this much time left. This is a time where you freely kick it away. And ASU just has to get a few first downs to end it. Tech obviously has different ideas.
That's 7 teams in the Big 12 with either 1 loss or no losses at the start of the day. BYU later tonight, one of those 3-0 teams, along with Texas Tech. Cincinnati also 3-0. Arizona State just 1 game back with a 2-1 start in the Big 12.
ASU is missing a guy here. 7, that's 10. There we go. 11 comes on.
Coaches are the best people in the world at counting to 11. All over it.
Conventional return mode.
Texas Tech just cut it to a 5-point game. And that's through the back for a touch. Well, tomorrow in FS1, the fight for the American League pennant continues as Cal Raleigh and the Mariners head back to Toronto to take on Platt Jr. and the Blue Jays. Game 6 of the ALCS. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, only on FS1. Dramatic finish to Game 5 with Eugenio Suarez, a tie-breaking grand slam. Do we have drama at the end of this game in the final 3:45? Texas Tech, one of the remaining undefeated teams in the country, number 7. And needing another stop to put the ball back in the hands of Will Hammond, their backup quarterback, who just let him down for the touchdown. Levitt running out of time, throws sidelined and didn't get it there. Oh, Jacob Rodriguez.
Oh my gosh.
Off his fingertips, and add that to the list for Texas Tech.
Add that to the list, and against Sam Levitt, man, you admire the competitiveness, you admire everything. They got a little pressure that's going to come here and get to him. It's actually Roberts on the other side. Just throw it in row 17. Throw it into row 17. Don't even try to make that play.
I think he was trying to get it there, right? To the sideline and out. And didn't have enough steam on it and just survived it. And Brown picking his way ahead. Texas Tech stops him after a 2-yard pickup. 3.5 minutes to go, and the biggest third down of the game has arrived.
Biggest third down of the game, and then this is where the 2-minute timeout really plays to Texas Tech's favor here. If they can get a stop, they had to use that timeout that they, effectively wasted earlier on a 4th down kind of situation, miscommunication, and setting up this money down right here. They're in man coverage. The linebacker track in the back.
Now Brown motioning out. Levitt pumps, and he can't escape. It's Lee Hunter with the takedown on the 3rd down sack.
Big Lee. They're going to save their timeouts. 6'4", 300. These ends get so much credit, and deservedly so. And the big man just swipes, sheds. The coverage made him pull it down. Great finish. Legal, clean finish.
And a short punt off the side of the foot, and it's returnable. Aiken is down the sideline, and he bullies his way inside the 15. In a flash, Texas Tech is on the doorstep of a lead.
Remember that last punt got tipped? That's got to be in the mind of the punter of this situation. Look clean. Here's Aiken. And is that a game-saving finish tackle by Kenyon Floyd, the punter?
It was his punt that was short and gave Aiken that chance.
And a concerned citizen right there.
Well, there are no nail beds left in this stadium. Arizona State led it 19-7. Texas Tech, quick march down.
It looked like Aiken he was just going to let it go out of bounds. I was wondering if he did anything to make it look like there was no fair catch signal. There was nothing. He's just like, man, I got all that perfect green grass right in front of me.
Well, a party late into the night was on the minds of these fans just
It
moments
still
ago.
is.
It still is, but it is a little bit more nervy now. Hammond in this Texas Tech offense, and he just 12 yards for the lead.
If you're Hammond, you're getting hammered right here. 4-down territory. You have to score a touchdown. Don't take any risks. Take care of the rock.
Play fake. Hammond, sideline, back shoulder. Virgil twist to grab it. And in a hurry, Texas Tech is right in front of Arizona State.
They'll be in go for 2 mode. That's just an unbelievable answer. Will Hammond, right now is the time for your best throw of the day. Finished full command. Virgil has elite speed, great tempo on that back shoulder. Javen Robinson can't react, and this is big here to increase it to a field goal. Don't let ASU return it and retake the lead.
They put it on the shoulder of Hammond. He fires, incomplete. There is a flag right where that route broke. Douglas and Robinson tangled up. Keith Abney in the area as well at corner.
Held on the rub route. It looked like basically the same play that ASU ran. It's a version of that.
Defense. After this is goal, we'll retry.
It's on Keith Abney.
Yep.
That disrupted the timing for Douglas.
He is a lockdown corner. It's his role, right? Just locking him down. A little too handsy, but man, is that guy good. Take 2. Now is it on the ground with the run efficient Will Hammond. Could it be another? It's another version of zero blitz here by the ASU defense.
A penalty inches it forward. It's a quarterback run. Hammond gets to the edge with a boom to the goal line. 2-point try is good. Field goal lead for Texas Tech. Undefeated and unchallenged so far this season. Texas Tech from behind, up 3 at the 2-minute timeout. Well, one of the wrinkles this week for Texas Tech was setting up some 2-man punt returns. First a block, and then Coy Aiken, one of those guys that was back there, brings this all the way to the 12.
Yeah, they said ASU really sporadic as far as the spread of where the punts landed, and just a big-time throw, big-time catch, and then the boom, physical finish into Boogie Wilson. You said he liked contact. That's about exhibit F that we've seen.
How about the dynamite of the last 145 for Texas Tech? 15 points in a minute 45.
And if you're Sam Levitt, Kenny Dillingham and company, you're looking at each other on that sideline, look at each other in the eye, going, perfect. They left us too much time.
Well, remember the way the game finished last week. The put-away punch was Will Hammond on the goal line at the pylon, inviting the contact.
Looks familiar. Same pylon, same action, ball security. It's going to be on a lot of highlight tapes if this Red Raider team finishes this deal.
That 0 still in the loss column, doing it from behind today for Texas Tech. Now in what Kenny Dillingham has called the toughest quarterback he has ever coached. Sam Levitt is back on the field behind center, needing at least 3 points at the end of this game to extend it. And over the middle to his favorite target, Tyson, who's out across the 30. Give him 6 on the first down pickup.
Great job handing the ball to the official right there, resetting it, going quickly.
5 career game-winning drives for Levitt. Hoping for a 6th and an upset, and it's knocked down. The active hands of the front for Texas Tech get there one more time with Holmes.
A.J. Holmes Jr. in for the injured Skylar Gill-Howard, who had surgery and is kind of out for an indeterminate amount of time, getting his big mitts up in Sam Levitt's face.
And the clock stops at 1:39. A 3rd down for Levitt and the Sun Devils, who once led 19-7. Levitt to the sideline, complete. The former walk-on in a big moment. Derek Eusebio moves the chains.
Another Texan from Plano against, again, a bunch of guys that he knows that played against. Great execution. 1st and 10, smooth as silk.
Underdog player on an underdog team. Eusebio with a big conversion. It stopped the clock, getting out of bounds. Just over a minute and a half to play. And Levitt on 1st down. He's taking a sideline shot that's over the head of Tyson. And Pollock right with him. Only 5 seconds come off the clock. 2nd down.
Bailey had a little twist game there. Gotta help these guys out. This is the best pass rush statistically in America. This is where you gotta get your chunk plays. You gotta be smart.
Jesus Gomez, career long of 57, getting warm on the sideline. He won them the Baylor game at the buzzer a couple of weeks ago.
31-9 off the edges.
2nd down, pressure picked up. It is caught, and Tyson couldn't work his way upfield. Stopped after the catch. Out at the 44 for a 3rd down ahead. 3 timeouts. Arizona State keeps them in their pocket with 1:15 and winding on the clock. 3rd down and 2. Levitt off target. And this game will come down to this play. 4th down and 2.
That looked like the left tackle again, kind of just was early, and then the rush came earlier, just threw Levitt off. A little wrap up, maybe another tip for A.J. Holmes, and it all comes down to this.
Texas Tech came back to lead by 3. Arizona State on a 4th and 2 to decide the ball game right here. Levitt on the move. Levitt throws. It's caught by Tyson in open space. Tyson reverses inside the 25. He trusts his best guy with the game on the line. Levitt to Tyson.
They bring pressure. He flushes out. Again, great awareness. We saw this earlier by Sam Levitt. He just makes a quick little glance to the sideline. I've got my guy, or do I run for the line to gain? I'm going to find my guy and set us up in business. That is a big-time play.
Needed 2 yards to keep the game going. They got 33 and are in field goal range, in position to tie.
Best on best again right there. Tyson against Pollock had the out route on as a quick outlet because they were bringing pressure. You see him wheel up the sideline, stay inbounds, very smart by him. And great awareness again by Levitt.
Well, an incredible night of
What were you saying about drama?
I know, an incredible night ahead of Big 12 football with this game and the Holy War right after this on Fox. And you can only hope as a football fan that this is the appetizer to it.
Yeah, good luck if that's better.
Yeah. It was Arizona State that took that timeout, so they burned their first of the half. And BYU, who plays next against Utah, also 3-0 with Cincinnati. Can Tyson, Levitt, and Arizona State hand them their first loss, period, this year, after dominating their first 6 games? Levitt gets set, rifles sideline, and it's Tyson on back-to-back plays. 33 on the 4th down. He got 7 on this first down.
It's beautifully designed. A vertical on the outside, clearing out, got room to run and attack Boyd. Those guys, they'll make that play about 99 times out of 100. Great job getting out of bounds as well, preserving time.
This has been the story of the game. Texas Tech forcing field goals in the red zone 3 times today. Do they have one more stand? Leading by 3. And stop this play before it begins.
Like Joey McGuire wanted to tuck this over.
Timeout. Texas Tech. This is their second and a half. Be a 30-second timeout.
Well, a game that will shape the college football playoff picture just into the second half of the season. And these are the close moments for Texas Tech on what could be a much bigger lead than 3.
Yeah, really 3 picks possible. That's the second time the ball popped up and went right to a Sun Devil. Here's the face mask, bang! The blocked punt. That could have been a scoop and score situation, but they have answered and just kept playing.
So with that in mind, Texas Tech, turnover hungry, very good at the punch out. Where's the balance for Arizona State of ball security and the aggression to go win the game rather than tie it?
That's your guy right there, number 10. You trust 100% that guy. You know he's a gunslinger with a capital G. He wants to be the deciding factor in this game. He could do it with his feet. He's proven today he's 100% as close as possible. Could certainly do it with his arm. And you think you can stop it with your 4-man rush.
College Football Extra brought to you by Amazon is next. Off the back foot, Levitt to the end zone, flags fly. It was Tyson that they targeted. He was locked up with Pollock. Those guys have been wrestling all day long.
Sure, where the D coordinator decides, let's bring 5 and play some man coverage. Pollock, they're just going to decide here whether this is a hold or a pass interference as to where it's enforced. So in the end zone, probably at the 2. Bring a 5-man pressure.
Pass interference. Defense.
No doubt about
it. The ball be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Foul occurs in the end zone as pass interference. As the ball's in the air, correctly enforced at the 2, saying literally, you can't hold me.
So everything now at play for Arizona State as far as the play call. First and goal, 2 timeouts.
Yep, you got 2 timeouts.
Plenty of time.
Whatever you want.
And Levitt on the sneak. He stopped up. He gets a push, but he didn't get all the way there. That second surge almost brought him home. And now a timeout. The clock is still running. Now it stops.
Yeah, they'll get that corrected. Texas Tech took that timeout.
The final timeout for Texas Tech.
Charge timeout. Texas Tech. This is the final time of the half.
Bounced it exactly like he did before. And that time, Ben Roberts and company recognized this dude is tough, man.
All right, talk strategy to me. Second and goal ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they've proven the ability to sneak this ball in. I would not be surprised in any way, shape, or form. You do that 2 more times, really. You could do that on 2nd down. You could do that on 3rd down. And then after that, decide on the 4th down, kick, no kick kind of situation. But they have proven 100% to be able to dent this defense again with their backup offensive lineman, their 3rd center with McCool, Poulet.
There's Jesus Gomez. Will it come down to his kick?
Try not to let him play if you're Sam Levitt.
Levitt and the Arizona State offense cash it in. Or
and Big Lee Howard right over the ball. Deuce.
Levitt with a toss. It's Brown backing his way toward the goal line. He's in! Levitt jumping for joy as his back gets there for a late lead for the Sun Devils.
And right there, the entire defense wadded up to defend that QB sneak. Great counter punch, great execution on the toss play. And Raleek Brown, for now, is the hero.
Well, the guy that he's taken over for as the bell cow, Kyson Brown, entered that picture as a proud back in that room together, out injured. And Gomez does get to kick, but instead
a PAT.
It's a PAT. And Gomez makes it that much tougher for Texas Tech. Now they need a touchdown. Levitt and Tyson got him down there. It was Raleek Brown to the edge with a little push and a go-ahead touchdown.
Mateer and Tyson as well for the finish and a celebration. Dancing like you.
More like Boogie. So those thoughts of shenanigans post-game for Arizona State have re-entered their fans' heads. And a 4-point lead for Arizona State. It was 19-7 Sun Devils, and then in 1:45, Texas Tech turned this game on its head. Took the lead by 3. Arizona State on a 4th and 2. Hit a 33-yard play from Levitt to Tyson. And it was Raleek Brown on goal to go that has yet another undefeated team this weekend in college football right on the ledge. It was Miami last night. A couple undefeateds have gone down already today. And Levitt exuberant, as you'd expect after that go-ahead drive. And it's a short kickoff to the 30-yard line, and Arizona State stops it up at the 34. So Will Hammond in for the starter, Baron Morton, compared today to his freshman year of high school. He was asked to start his first ever varsity game, and against the odds, won it 28-13. He's had to bring his team back, got him there, they lose the lead, and now it's on the shoulders of the redshirt freshman to keep that 0 in the loss column. There is a flag down, it's back.
Yeah, where it is, it'll be on the kicking team. It'll either be procedure or alignment.
Offside, kicking team number 87. 5-yard penalty, and we will re-kick.
Okay, so Gomez will tee it up again. And a little extra time for Hammond to think.
Reset the game clock to 32 seconds. 0-3-2.
With no Baron Morton available. Their steady leader.
Thank you.
Morton out today with a leg injury. And Hammond with some critical runs, plus the go-ahead touchdown before Levitt snatched it right back for Arizona State.
Tech is switching around their back end guys, trying to get it full returner mode in all these spots where they could pooch this ball. ASU, there's a little bit of a different rhythm to the pooch kick for the kicker, probably leading to the guy just being a little bit too antsy.
And the deepest man closest to the bottom of the screen for you back home is the guy Arizona State would like to avoid. Jacoby Williams brought a kick back into plus territory and set up one of those scoring drives for Texas Tech. Penalty backed it up to the 30 for Gomez. Will go short and on the ground. Will Williams get a chance? No. It's Dickey instead, banging into his own guys, running some time off the clock here, and it ends up being a 5-yard difference. But 25 seconds now instead of 33 seconds. And it's on the shoulders of Will Hammond, who told us yesterday there are zero nerves coming into this spot. Hostile crowd stepping in for an established quarterback. He gets to put those words to the test right now.
They've got to get chunk plays here. 25, basically, desperation mode. Got to be chunks, clocks, out of bounds. ASU in full prevent mode, 3-man rush. Safety's about 32 yards for line of scrimmage.
Needing a touchdown, 25 seconds and no timeouts to keep the undefeated record alive. Hammond has to get the first down or get out of bounds, and he got both. And it did run some more time off the clock with 18 seconds. Got 12 yards, and only a handful of plays left in this game, Mark.
Yep. Depending how it plays out, right now it's 3-4. That's where, again, ASU is just, trying to bait him into doing that. The DB's again about 35 yards deep now.
A 3-man rush for Hammond. Inside 15 seconds. He escapes again. Eyeing the sticks. He slides down to the first down. He's out across midfield, so definitely within range of getting to the end zone here.
Got to clock it
with a deep throw down the field.
Run a play.
And he'll spike it. 3 seconds run off the clock on the spike. 7 seconds to go. So now does this throw have to go to the end zone, or do you go sideline? What do you think?
There's a couple different modes you could do here. You can get a chunk, get down immediately. But 7 seconds left. There's some end of play, clear dig with the laterals. ASU is playing this as a last play. They have everybody back deep.
The entire student
body. They're going to
body.
take a timeout. Yep.
Timeout for Arizona State.
Right to the snap. Charge timeout. Arizona State. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Dream.
Arizona State's second charge timeout of the half.
Dream start to the season for Texas Tech. They spent a reported $28 million on their roster, and it has been euphoria for the fans in Lubbock, steamrolling their way to a 6-0 start, a 3-0 start in the Big 12, including that big win on the road in Salt Lake, where Will Hammond was the guy in relief of Baron Morton that led them to that road win. Today hasn't been perfect for Will Hammond.
No.
But he still has a chance with time on the clock to deliver an all-time performance in a game-winning drive.
2-by-2 set with all these guys that far deep. There's a lot of things you could do over here. Just get a little chunk and set up another play. Or just like that.
They go short. It's complete to Aiken, and he's out of bounds with 3 seconds. So this will be the last play of the game, barring penalty.
So ASU could elect to get a look at the formation, call a timeout. They're in victory defense, got a little bit different pass rush. It is a knockdown, knockdown, knockdown. You're telling those DBs, got the bunch up top, and they're going to take a timeout to confirm everybody's 100% confident in their assignment.
Charge timeout. Arizona State. It's the third and final timeout of the half.
Kenny Dillingham telling his team right now, last play.
Yep.
This is it. Give me one more.
Everybody right there, it's fourth down, knockdown. Bat the ball down, bat the ball down. Don't try to catch it. Don't try to, tip the ball up in any way, shape, or form. Obviously, those pass rush dudes, this is their moment to end the game. And if you're Will Hammond, give your guy a chance.
An embattled front for Arizona State last week has been strong all afternoon. Can Hammond give his guys a chance and get this to the end zone? The biggest start of his early college career, Will Hammond. And it comes down to one play. 3 seconds. Undefeated record on the line. Hammond for the ball game. Hammond extends. He lets it fly to the end zone. Who's down there? It's incomplete. The goalpost is coming down. Here come the students. And Arizona State hands Texas Tech their first loss. Somewhere in that storm of happy Sun Devils is Jen Hill.
Connor, I'm with a very happy coach right now. Coach, what does it say about this team? You told them to run to the smoke and they just knocked off an undefeated squad.
Crazy.
You're obviously emotional. What does this mean to you?
He said, I need to go celebrate with my team. I think that's what he told Jen, and understandably so.
How great is college football? How great is this scene? How great was that finish? The tip of the big old cowboy hat from Joey McGuire to Kenny Dillingham. Ton of respect between those two. It's just amazing. A legendary high school coach, great coach, against the guy who looks like he could be in high school. Coaching their tails off against each other, and ASU was desperate. They were the more desperate team. They had to have this, and they got it done.
Well, that's what he told his team. That's what Sam Levitt has relayed to this team when we're in the mud. After a lopsided loss last week, channel some of that energy from last year when we were picked last in the league and went to the college football playoff. And they just took out a major freight train rolling downhill heading into this day, and now they get to celebrate with all their fans surrounding him on the field. Fingertips on it. Hammond got it there, but knocked down.
Hammond put it exactly where he needed to. And you saw
Douglas.
Man, elevator hops by Caleb Douglas. Looked like Javen Robinson, among many others. Breedlove on the jam right off the bat. And that Warrior is victorious.
Playing at 90% today.
It's pretty good 90%.
Pretty good. I don't know what the 10% is for Sam Levitt, but Arizona State from 3 wins a couple years ago to the playoff last year to a very active Valley once again. This is becoming a familiar scene in Tempe. One of their biggest in a long, long time. 26-22 the final, coming from behind on that final drive.